No more Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson peak, now Shakira peak. We don't know what's going to be the next peak. Maybe Kangaroo peak at this tournament.
Shakira peak.
Yeah, we don't have a sniper
anymore. Yeah, we have a P9 to go.
We are back in sunny, beautiful Sydney for Intel Extreme Masters Sydney 2023, and I can't wait to see all the teams and what they're up to. We have the lobby to film, we've got CS2 on the menu, we've got 16 teams to ask all these questions as to how they think this is going to go down and where some of the players are as well, but more on that in a bit. Let's go see if they're ready. I've got G2 here for the lobby, and a couple of them are hiding. I don't know why. Nico, mate, have a quick chat with me. I know you don't want to. Hey, nice to meet you. I heard you had a 40-minute queue in Premiere today. How'd that go?
Today?
Was that today?
No, that wasn't today. I didn't have the 40 minutes queue. I played yesterday. I had the maximum was like 10 to 15 minutes queue. And 2 of those games were with cheaters, so it was great.
Beautiful, beautiful. Was that with Jim and Justin? Was that
just with Justin and some other guys from ENCE?
Okay. Who did?
Him and Monte tried to...
Right, okay. So they tried to queue today, had a 40-minute queue. Premiere in Australia, terrible way. Valve, please fix it. But CS2, as a game, what's your experience with it so far? I heard you only had the 3 days turnaround time from your last event to this one. So have you got enough prac that everyone's happy, or are you just not?
I feel like even if we had 2 months, I don't think we would feel ready for this event. So, yeah, I mean, the game is definitely not in a perfect spot, but... we have to accept and work around it. We are definitely not feeling ready. Maybe not happy either, but it is what it is. I think it's going to be an exciting event to watch and to follow as well. I think we're going to have a lot of surprises, a lot of outcomes that are going to be unexpected, I would say. So, yeah, overall, I think the whole event for the players, for the organizers, I think it's going to be just a learning experience.
Yeah. Limit testing, it's our favorite damn thing, isn't it? Now, on the top of that, it's LAN. I've heard that CS2 feels a lot better on LAN than it does online. So there's a few things that might surprise everyone tomorrow. Who knows? You know, do you think that's going to affect how people play the game? Do you think people are going to get caught off maybe swinging a bit too hard initially?
I mean, I was hoping like that's gonna solve a bit of the issues, but at home I was playing on like 30 to 40 ping, and then I was queuing here and I had 0 ping, so that should feel like on LAN, but it didn't really feel too much difference. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna help too much, but it should feel a bit better at least. But I don't know if that's gonna change anything on how people will play. We didn't really play against almost any of the top teams, so we have no idea how they're gonna approach the event or like what are they going to show or come up with. So it's going to be interesting to play some of these teams.
It's going to be a learning curve for everyone. Anyway, Nico, thanks for the interview. All right, I'm here with the always enthusiastic Justin JKS Savage. Finally back home in front of a home crowd. Are you, well, not yet, you know, you got to get through the groups first. Do you think you're going to make it through the groups? Are you feeling confident, or is it a little bit worrisome for everyone? What's your thoughts?
I don't fucking know, dude. I hope so. It would be pretty depressing if we didn't, right? So I hope so. Yeah.
I feel like everyone will be a little bit disappointed if you guys don't make it to the arena. Have you had a chance to go and look at the arena yet, or are you still just floating around here?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Have you had a chance to pop into the arena and see everything yet, or are you still just...
haven't done anything yet, actually. We've just been at the hotel trying to fight off jet lag. So, yeah.
Oh, well, hopefully the jet lag goes. Hopefully you make it through groups. It feels like it's just a ball of fun at the moment with everything. Now, have you shown the boys around Sydney yet, or have you not really had a chance?
I showed Swanee around a little bit, but everyone else came a day later, so it was a little bit whatever. But I think everyone's like pretty fucked right now from jet lag, so we have pretty cooked sleeping patterns. Okay. Rasmus yesterday slept from like 1 p.m. to like 10 p.m., so it's pretty good effort.
Well, hopefully you guys get some sleep tonight. I'm going to let you go. It feels like you need some sleep. Good luck.
Hey guys, welcome back to the lobby. We're going to have a chat here with MOUZ and see how they're feeling coming into IEM Sydney. It is the day before we kick things off. So mate, tell me, how's things sort of feeling in the camp at the moment? When did you guys get in?
Yeah, when we all arrived yesterday. I arrived at like 6. They arrived pretty late, most of the team. So yeah, I think we're feeling pretty good, excited to play CS2 in Sydney.
What's the jet lag situation like? So, you know, obviously you guys don't normally have to deal with this, but for us as Aussies coming and playing overseas, normally we're the ones that have to deal with the jet lag. How's that affecting you guys at the moment?
I mean, I think it's pretty crazy because I've heard stories about people sleeping the whole yesterday, like in the normal day. For me, I didn't really have an issue. I just woke up a couple of times at night, but I got a decent night's sleep. So for now, I didn't feel it. Probably will feel it the next few days.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump over here then. Move on. How you guys going with CS2? Obviously, you know, it's been, I assume, difficult for you guys to get scrims and stuff like that. How's things feeling with CS2?
Yeah, I feel like it's just like in the beginning now, like it's just all about trying new stuff and just, you know, going with the flow and kind of just testing out new things and just seeing how that works. I don't think there's like a lot of stuff we can go off on like right now, but I think, yeah, it's just about feeling how like the game is going to feel in this event and then going on from there.
What's the team's confidence levels feeling like coming off the win at Pro League? Obviously, that's got to be a big bonus. But again, how easily does that necessarily translate into a game that's now a little bit different?
I mean, I think the boys are, just still really confident and just like, I mean, I feel like they still have a lot of confidence. I mean, I wasn't there, but yeah, I'm just going to try to ride the high that they're on right now and just, you know, do my thing.
Sweet as. All right, Shui, I'll jump over to you. Now, I don't know if you know about Shuis in Australia. Have you thought about that? Is that a bit of a buff, do you reckon, coming into the event?
Man, I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to look into it. I thought about it. Maybe something's coming, maybe not.
If you make the arena?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, so what are the chances then of making the arena? Like, obviously, 6 teams make it through to the arena. I think a lot of the Australian fans would be quite keen to see MOUZ in the arena because this organization, not necessarily this team, but the organization has had a lot of instances at IEM Sydney in the arena. So, you know, are we likely, do you reckon, to see you guys there?
I mean, it would be very nice. I think it's really hard to say because it's CS2. A lot of new things are going to show up, a lot of different meta and things like this. So it's hard to say right now, but we're hoping for the best and we're hoping to reach the arena for sure.
All right. And, you know, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you do make the arena and you do get a win, will we see a Shui?
I cannot say now.
Okay.
I will decide myself.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, jumping on. Look, I guess just to wrap it up, I mean, how's things from your behalf? Obviously, looking at coming into CS2 and everything like that, is it just across the board feeling good?
Feeling a bit different, obviously. I think everyone's super excited and hungry and just playing a lot because we have a young group. But been a few hectic days. Also have a stand-in for this event.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Yeah.
So do we know what the situation is like with that? Is that going to be a world where maybe he's going to come back and get involved after, you know, a couple of days, or is it not looking likely that he's going to make it at all to Australia? Do you know yet?
At the moment, it's not looking likely.
Right.
But if he gets his visa in time, we're flying him in straight away. Yeah.
I'm going to quickly use you before someone just steals you and pulls you away. Gentlemen, when did you land?
We landed yesterday at 11.
What's the jet lag situation?
I mean, I was really tired after we landed, so I slept a good amount, like 7 hours. So I'm feeling good now. So yeah.
Okay. Do you echo the sentiments here of your AWPA?
What's the jet lag?
Precisely.
Now I know what it is, but I don't have it.
You don't have it?
Wow. I mean, I landed the same time as him. Took melatonin pills when we landed, and got like 7-8 hours sleep.
Oh, perfect. All right. The hot question is CS2. I was talking to Legion on a podcast just the other day. He said it's going to be madness. Boys, I'm tired. I just landed this morning at 6 a.m. I'm going to excuse myself for my lack of words here. But we're talking about, right, CS2. Do you think it's going to be all results are out the window for this one?
For sure. I think it's going to be a little all over the place. I mean, still some teams probably going to try to, or not try that, but they will keep the level. But I think still a lot of matches might be all over the place just because it's a MR12, like we're just all getting used to it pretty much. And yeah, it's like a big, like a rookie tournament.
Okay. And you are missing one of your boys. You're missing Jimmy. Jimmy's not going to be here. So what's the new lad got to offer?
Yeah, I mean, Bram is coming instead of Jimmy, and we didn't play a lot with him actually. I mean, we played like 2 days of practice. So it's going to be interesting, But yeah, I think we will just have fun. We told him just try to get comfortable, enjoy it, and yeah, I think he can show what he can do here. So
okay, and you're an AWPer. So how do you find AWPing in CS2? Everyone's saying they're moving really fast. The AWP's no good. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yes, I think it's really hard to hold angles. It's pretty difficult, but I think we just need to get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, all right. But it's LAN. It's LAN CS2. Do you think that'll be any different?
Yeah, actually, I was talking to my friends, and that was the only thing because that's. Like, I think ping matters a lot now in CS2, and I'm pretty interested how it works out in LAN. I think it will be actually good, so yeah.
Michael, you're getting snuck up on, you're getting ambushed. He's having his coffee. We'll give him a bit of time, a bit of space. Tell all the people at home, well, how are you doing and what do you do?
Product manager for IEMs.
But what is that?
Manage the day-to-day of everything.
So how do you do that?
Basically, I try and create things and get people to do jobs and do things which follow like one path. And yeah, it's pretty fun.
All right. And how are we doing?
Yeah, good. Big tournament coming up, CS2. Got some probably surprises to come, which we are still probably hoping isn't going to be too bad. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. What's it like? So is a lot of your work like leading up to an event, prepping for it? Or is it just, on the ground, stuff has to get fixed? What would you say like is your view of that?
Probably the best thing to say for me is coming up with a concept with the team and then guiding the ship. So I work with everyone when it comes from marketing to TV to social to sales to every department basically to make sure everyone's sort of following that one guiding star is probably the best way to put the position of a product manager. So yeah.
When you find out like CS2 is going to be coming and I don't know, you don't know, I guess, what's going to change or what's going to go down. Like, how does that affect things?
I think for us, we have a really good team. So I'd say our tournament management team, specifically Steve, who does our Steve bots and all of our server stuff with MOUZ, are probably the most experienced in the industry. So I would probably say we feel confident going in, but as everyone keeps seeing over social media, there's lots of things that come up. So yeah, we're going to be on standby and we'll monitor it as we go, but hoping for a smooth tournament.
Just in general, based on Sydney and stuff. Are you excited to be here? Have you been here before, actually?
Yeah, this is my third Sydney. So I did 2018, 2019, but I was a tournament manager back then and then transitioned in the last couple of years. So yeah, really good crowd, really good environment. So excited to be in a new venue and see how that turns out. But yeah, huge crowd for this one. So it's going to be good.
All right, awesome. Thanks for your time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the event.
If it isn't a wild FaZe clan and the first person I want to talk to, the man with the most words. What's up, Brokey?
Yo, what's up?
What's good, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm happy to be here.
I can see that. So how happy are you that we're playing CS2 now?
CS2 is better than CSGO.
Okay. And, ultimately, when you have to really dig into your feelings, are you ever going to miss CSGO?
No, shit game.
Okay. And that's it for the lobby. We'll see you guys next time. Just kidding. Thanks, Brokey. Appreciate that. Wait. Do I look at that one or this one? What's up, Kerrigan? What's this all about?
Not much. What about you?
There's just a bunch of jokers around here. Hey, man, so there's this observer, right? His name's Rushley. Yeah. And he's
really bad at the game, no?
Well, I mean, I was going to say that, but
I heard about it from you all the time.
Well, I might have said that. What I can also tell you is he said this flight was too long for him to come down here. How's that make you feel? You've traveled around the whole planet, and he said that flight's too long for him to come to Australia?
That's just BM, bro. Like you guys, these guys always travel from down here to Europe, So you have to, there's both ways,
Yeah. Rushley, pull it together, bud. But on a serious note, tell me about CS2. What's it looking like for y'all?
I think it's interesting, the transformation from 1.6 to CSGO was way worse. So I think we have a great game, a great foundation of the game. And hopefully over time, it's going to be better and better like CSGO, CSGO wasn't perfect from day one, that I can tell you. But I like the many new tactical depth, and hopefully we'll see that the next following months, but people have to adjust first.
So let me ask the question that is, as a new game with the team, right? So that's got to like ignite a spark, right? Like to get things going again, get the blood flowing.
Yeah, for sure. I think we always kind of stuck in this like loop. When is the game coming out? We've been together for a long time, right? So having the news game, it's going to be good for the team. You can feel it's very motivating for the guys. A lot of good energy and vibe. So just looking forward to play, but it is going to be chaotic. That I can tell you.
How far would you say we are from a great competitive version of the game?
4 out of 10.
4 out of 10.
I think there's still some adjustments over time. It can also be adjustment from players. So maybe if you ask me a few months, less updates, I would say 7 out of 10, So first of all, I think a lot of strange things still happening in the game. Like in bugs, we see people jumping and see through walls. Michael Jackson peak, now Shakira peak. We don't know what's going to be the next peak. Maybe Kangaroo peak at this tournament.
Shakira peak.
So yeah,
you see all the videos I see.
Yeah. So I think let's see. Let's give Valve a chance to fix it. And this is the right way to do it. People are going to play now. People are going to play tournaments, Valve can adjust, and we can kind of send more direct feedback than just from playing Premier.
So tell me about playing 12 rounds, max rounds.
I think over time it's going to be good for the industry. Something we have to adjust to. Some games are really fast, but on the note in comparing to practice, I think it's good. You have like a 15-20 minutes break where you can actually talk about mistakes and give a little more fresh air between the practice. So just going to see how it unfolds, but definitely some faster games now. People have to adjust as well, and we have to see less saving, I think, as well, of what I've seen in practice. So
God bless.
Yeah, game time is getting shorter now.
Game time is coming to a close. Coming to a close. Hey, did you get a ranking? Did you get an elo yet?
Oh yeah, it's pretty low. I'm solo queuing, so that's rough times. I don't recommend play with a body.
What'd they give you? Come on, tell us.
14K, I think.
Okay, I think that's respectable. Yeah.
For solo queuing.
Yeah, who do you want to talk to next?
Talk with Robs.
Oh, he loves it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. That was Kerrigan. Let's see what Rob says. Let me just bust this whole party up over here. Ah, yes, it's the guy with the microphone again. And Robs. Hey, Robs, what's good, bud? Yeah, it sounds good, man. So tell me a little bit about that. So how long have you known that we were going to be making the CS2 jump here in Sydney? Right. Is there anything that you'd like to say at all whatsoever? Okay. And on that notion, I think what he's saying is in protest to Rushley not attending the event because he said the damn flight was too long. So is that right or wrong? That's right. That's exactly right. Thank you very much for your time, Robs. Carry on. Guess who will talk, though? My man Philip here. What's up?
What's up?
What's good with you? What's going on with him?
I don't know.
Is he okay?
That's his thing.
He's in the zone. He's just thinking.
Yeah, getting ready for some games,
How are you getting ready for the games? How is it going for you?
It's there's no coach option in CS2, so it's a little bit rough,
That and it doesn't help when they're they release an update every day, so the demos just they're gone. No demos right now.
It's like Christmas every day. You never know what gift they're gonna bring.
Yeah, it really is. So you've been down here before, right? You've been to Australia?
Yeah, Melbourne.
What are you? How you feeling about that? Oh, you guys won that one, didn't you? The Crown Plaza.
Yeah. That was a one-day tournament. That was a different. More traveling than spending time.
Yeah.
And actually, I stayed for a week in Melbourne. Yeah. I said I'm not gonna go back home after such a long travel. So it was nice. It was really nice.
It's kind of hard to justify leaving after you get here, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
So we are pretty far out there, all things considered. Who had the longest travel day?
I'm not sure. I mean, how he got here the last, so maybe it's him. Yeah, but it's a long travel.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a long one. Anything we should be looking out for too before we start the tournament? CS2, max rounds, all the things. What should we be looking for?
No updates mid-tournament.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I doubt that happens, but
I mean, yeah, we'll see about that. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen. It's I don't know, totally random stuff might happen.
Yeah. And it certainly will. I can't wait for that first smoke to go through the textures and just be stuck in the wall. You seen that?
No, not this one, but I've seen some new peak.
Oh yeah, the Shakira peak. I think we were just talking about it. Actually, that's a wild one to wrap my head around. But I'll let you guys go. I think you got something to do, right?
Yeah. All right.
See you later, man. Cheers. Yeah, get his ass on camera one time. Get his ass on camera one time. Yeah. What time did you land, man?
6 hours ago.
Damn. How you holding up?
Good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit tired, but all good.
How long was that travel day for you, pal?
30 hours.
30 hours, like a Kanye West song, right?
Sure.
Exactly. So are you excited at least to play while you're here? Or are you going to stick around afterwards? What are you doing in Australia?
Stick around. My flight is after the final, so yeah, I'm going to be sticking around for a couple hours.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm done with y'all. So this has been the Lobby with FaZe. Wait, did I do it right? There we go. Yeah, that one. There it is. See ya.
All right, we're in the lobby again, and we're going to have a chat with Fnatic. I'm actually really nervous about this one because I see Dexter over there, and I'm like a really big fan of Dexter as well. We've never met. This is my first time meeting Dexter. How are you feeling, Dexter?
Hey, going, buddy. It's nice to meet you.
I'm good, thank you. Did you ever think that this Fnatic jersey looks like it's on a Weber barbecue bag? Have you seen those Weber barbecue bags?
Yeah, I have. I actually thought it was like those like party shirts that you wear when you're like 5 and you're like really cool, like you have the flames coming up and you're like, I'm the coolest at like the school dance or something like that.
I mean, to be fair, I think actually as far as Australian CS players are concerned, you are among the coolest, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, you got JKS, he's up there, and then now you're kind of like the guy that's doing it for AU. So what's it kind of like to be back here, obviously competing in AU? When was the last time actually you came back to Australia? Have you had holidays here and stuff like that?
I was here for Christmas, but yeah, being away for like 10 months at a time is always going to be a bit tough. But yeah, it's nice to be the coolest. Between me and Chad, I guess, that are the coolest around here. So it's good. Good.
How are you feeling about coming in and competing at IEM Sydney, though? Obviously, you know, big deal for all the Aussie fans to see an Australian player on the stage. Now, that could be you, that could be JKS, that could be Grayhound, that could be VERTEX. So I feel like we've actually got a pretty good opportunity to have at least a player on the stage. Do you think it's going to be you?
Yeah, definitely hope so. I think we just need to play pretty damn amazing because it's like totally new game and you have like no idea what's going to go on. And yeah, it's pretty crazy times right now, I would say.
All right, I want to jump over here then, Mezzy. Obviously, you just said nah to the answer to answer that question. So do you want to dig into that one for me? Are you not feeling too confident about going into CS2?
No, I'm just trolling. I think I don't know, new game, oldest team here. Yep. So you never know what can happen. Maybe the experience will kick in. We'll see. But practice has been interesting for sure. New game. I think a lot of new stuff. But I think it'll be good to see what teams are kind of doing in like a tier 1 level now with the new game. So it'll be fun.
Do you think it's a buff to have Dexter on your team? Having an Australian on the team, if you do make it to the arena, I think is going to be a big benefit just for the crowd support.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even just having an Aussie on the team, just extra style points for sure. Get the extra call points in the team for sure. I think UK and Aussie in the team is made for success for sure.
Awesome. Thanks for the chat. All right. Everyone else has tried to run off, but we're going to go and chase them down. Guys, you can't escape. I know you want to. We can do a double if you want, if that's easier. I'll stand in the middle. All right. It's been a while, obviously, since you guys have been down under. Actually, have you guys ever been? I don't think you've been down under, have you?
First time for me.
First time?
Yeah.
What about you?
Third for me.
Third?
Yeah.
So you would have been with Fnatic that whole time, obviously.
Yeah, correct.
So how's it been kind of coming back? Obviously, you know, I know the conversation a lot of the time is around the jet lag and the time difference and this kind of thing. How are you guys dealing with that?
It's kind of rough, to be honest. Wake up in like middle of the night, like 2 a.m. and stuff. But I mean, it is what it is. You have to like accept it. Like it's kind of so nice here, so have to just fight through it and just enjoy the day, I guess.
Do you get used to it after doing it a few years?
No, you never do.
What about for you? Has anyone actually given you any tips or anything like that? Any of the teammates trying to help you out with? Because I assume this would have been one of the longest flights you've ever taken, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think my whole travel day was like 36 hours. So yeah, definitely one of the longest ones. But I mean, I'm pretty at least I feel pretty good, like changing the jet lag and stuff. And usually I don't have a really big problem with it. Of course, I just wake up a few times in the night, but I just go to sleep again and it's all good. It's just probably the 2 first days is the most rough, but usually I kind of like planning out my schedule and sleep schedule, so it kind of works out usually.
Have you had the opportunity to check out much of Sydney yet?
Not much, just been walking around just like near the hotel, and yeah, it's pretty cool city, to be honest. I like it. Yeah.
Good vibes. So you're happy with your time in Sydney so far? We feeling good? We're feeling happy? We're all ready to go? Is that kind of the situation at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, people are really nice. And the atmosphere in the city is pretty nice. The weather is good. I mean, what more do you want? And the view as well everywhere. There's a bit of like there's a bit of US to it with like the big buildings, skyscrapers, and nice weather. So yeah, I like it.
All right, there you go. Fnatic feeling good going into IEM Sydney. Wish you guys the best. Obviously, no bias involved because we do want to see Dexter in the arena. But we'll see you in the next one.
All right, we got ENCE. We're in Sydney. I was going to grab these boys. Snappy. Be nice. How are you doing?
I'm tired.
Long flight?
Yeah, and I'm fighting the urge to sleep.
The trick is just stay up and then, you know, once it's 11, just crash or 10.
I tried that and then I woke up at 1 a.m.
It do be like that. It can be rough. Apart from that, Sydney.
Yeah, it's a nice city so far. I like it.
Have you like had a chance to like go out for a stroll or something?
Yeah, we saw the Opera House and walked a bit around the city, and it's a nice place, Australia so far.
Talking about the game, CS2, first time, you know, first big LAN event. Any thoughts?
Probably going to be random.
I mean, BO1, MR12s, you know, upset city, or you think you guys still have it in the bag?
I mean, I still believe we'll win, but I think in general we're going to see a lot of weird results.
Okay. What are your like just general expectations, so to speak?
We don't have any. We don't have any for the rest of 2023. Every tournament we just play and try to learn, and then 2024 is where we put some goals again. But for now, I think it's a mistake to put a lot of goals in a game where you don't know where you actually are.
Cool. I mean, I think it's pretty understandable, right? Like brand new game and all of that. A lot of bugs in the game right now. Let's be real about it. A lot of things, hopefully, which are being fixed as as we're talking. Valve seems to be working overtime as well. There are a couple of things which you feel needs to be changed or fixed ASAP. If you're talking to Valve right now, what are a couple of things you want to get fixed? or it could be 5. Could be any number.
It's obviously not very optimized to PCs. That is not great. So for a lot of casual gamers, it's hard to play the game. Then the movement is obviously terrible. In general, the mouse feeling, unless you have the best PC in the world, is pretty bad. Here, DSL is good, but I need to go out and invest in a new PC, and mine is only like 2 years old. So I think that's a pretty big thing. And it's not something everyone can just go out and do. What else? Where to start? MR12, the economy.
I actually want to hear your thoughts a little bit more on that. So everyone's like, hey, let's put the loss bonus at 1900. Do you think that's good enough of a fix, or do you want more? Do you have any ideas on what the fix might need to be?
Yeah, I do. But it's more complicated than that. I don't think you can just change this and then it's going to be fine. I think there's multiple factors to it. I think, for example, right now you get 800 if you plant the bomb. They should decrease that. And then maybe you should get some more money for potentially diffusing, so it incentivizes retakes. There's a lot of other things. I think you could even be brutal and keep the money bonus at 1400, but one of the big issues they have right now is the money bonus is 800 when you plant, meaning that the Ts will get Galils and potentially AKs if they get the bomb down and lose the pistol. Then if they win that, the money bonus goes to 1400, but my idea is that the money bonus, well, either you put it to 1900 all the time, or what you do is you don't decrease the money bonus from 1900 before a team strings together 2 rounds. Because the big issue right now is if the CT win the pistol, then the T win the second round after the bomb plant, and then the CT goes to 1400. And now, by doing this, you will go down 4-1, right? And you wouldn't have had a proper buy because you would maybe force, then you would have 1900, then into 4300, and you still wouldn't have a proper buy until it would be 6-1.
So you're saying it's going to be a lot of 13-2s, 13-1s maybe, day one?
Well, I don't know about that, but I just think that the economy in this state is too brutal, and it's a bit too... There's too much emphasis on that second round especially.
Cool. So, I mean, like a lot of us are hoping as well, basically at the end of IEM Sydney, hopefully we have a pretty decent sample size to work with for the fixes, right?
Yeah, but I do think we have enough logic to use to not be able to need a big sample size to begin with. So I think a lot of it is we didn't need a big sample size. Also in terms of this MR12, MR15, I don't know why they didn't start with just adjusting the round time. Right now they put the smokes up to 20 and a half seconds instead of 16 and a half, 17. That's going to increase rounds, like potentially. Maybe it's going to be more fast-paced because you can now nade them also, right? But in the past, we have loads of data of rounds being 1 minute 45, bomb time 35 seconds, and all of this. You could also, instead of having 20-second freeze time, you could have maybe 16, 17. You could maybe decrease 4 timeouts to maybe 2 or 3. There's a lot of things you could have done before making MR12, in my opinion, to decrease the time of the matches. And I think what they've done now is just going to make the results way more random because the amount of rounds is obviously easier to, as an underdog, to get to only 13 compared to 16 because you will be playing less gun rounds. So yeah.
All right, thank you. You know what? I'm going to leave you be. You seem really, really tired. So I hope you get some sleep and hopefully you're ready for tomorrow, right? Thanks, man. Hello. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? This is actually my crash. All right.
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I actually didn't get any jet lag, but everyone seems to be kind of wrecked flying in from Europe. How about you?
Yesterday I went to sleep at 10. I woke up at 4, like I'm destroyed. If I didn't have this makeup, you will see my eyes darker than ever.
And that's why we have makeup, right? I've been asking a lot of people, like in CS2, everyone I was speaking to Snappy as well. He's like obviously talking about economy and all the nerdy stuff because he's an IGL and all of that. How are the rifles feeling?
I mean, I think the spray. It's a bit unfortunate to play because in CSGO I used to spray, but you have like new guns right now that actually people can play, like the SG and the AUG. But I mean, the game is broken only because of the picker advantage.
Do you think, have you had a chance to play, on LAN, maybe some free practice games? Because I heard from a couple of players that, the Pika's advantage seems to be way lesser on LAN. Have you had a chance to try that out, maybe?
I didn't. I don't. I still don't know. We had like when I'm playing from my home, there is no way you can hold an angle. But I played like few games. I feel a bit of change. But let's see in the tournament what will happen.
Have you had a chance to scrim a little bit with some of the teams in CS2 yet?
Yeah, we played yesterday. Daicha, Madden, Nico, and JKS, and we played against cheaters, and it wasn't a nice experience, I would say.
Do you want to tell Valve anything about this particular problem?
I mean, you have to fix this anti-cheat because it's impossible to play right now.
Fair enough. Wise words right there. And something a little bit more fun. How have you been finding Sydney? Is it your first time here in Australia?
Yeah, it's the first time, and I feel like this city is amazing.
And you've been here for 24 hours now?
I think more than 48. I came 2 days ago, and we checked, we walked a bit in the city. We want to go to the beach today, at least me, but yesterday we went in the opera. It was nice, everything, the people, everyone.
Nice, good to hear that. And what are your let's say maybe as a team, maybe for you personally, what are your expectations for Sydney? It's a first CS2 LAN event and all of that. Obviously, we don't know what's really going to happen, how the games are going to be, a lot of new things for the very first time. But overall, what are your and maybe even your team's expectations for Sydney?
I think the next few tournaments in CS2. I don't think we will have any goals. We just need to have open mind to make mistakes, and that's it. We know everything gonna be random in this game, in this tournament. So
okay, so basically have fun.
Yeah, exactly. You need to have fun, you need to smile while you're playing and accept this game.
Cool. Thank you very much, man. And good luck. So yeah, have fun, boys. That's exactly what ENCE are going to be doing here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got one man here. His name's Frank, FGW in the movie making community. He's kind of a big deal out there. Now, look, this is the man with the plan, the man that makes it all happen. Everything that people see at home, all the videos. You're the brainchild, Frank. Look, you're here. You're in Australia. It's early in the morning. What are we expecting on the cards for this event? Anything crazy? Anything big?
Not sure about big. There's a few bangers in the works as usual, but we'll have to see how they go for the most part. I won't spoil anything because we've got some experimental stuff. But let's see. You know what's coming.
Yeah, look, should be some fun and games. But look, Frank, you're dealing with CS2 now. Does it change much on your end? Does it make things a little bit harder?
Yeah, I mean, it makes things tricky in terms of usually we'd have a bit of in-game content and aim to do that with the players. We opted out of that on this media day just because of we don't really know what the fuck's happening. So we didn't want to add that variable in there. I'm sure that League Ops and everyone are dealing with all of that stuff themselves. So yeah, it changed things, but we pivoted a bit.
And look, there's massive talk, water cooler talk around the office. It's in the Slack channels. It's everywhere, basically. Rushley Ranger opting not to come down under to observe the first CS2 Tier 1 LAN event. Do you have any comments for the young lad about this type of behavior?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say that it wasn't predictable, but some people can't hack it. Some people they're not built for the grind that is esports, and it really separates the strong from the weak. But he's putting in a shift from home, so we'll give him that.
Do you think it puts his status as #1 observer in the world in jeopardy, Frank?
Certainly. I mean, first CS2 event, and you're passing that up. I think, he's definitely in danger there of losing that title.
If you at home agree, have your vote in the YouTube comments right now. Has Rushley Ranger dropped off? Has he lost touch with the man? Is Rushley Ranger no longer the best observer in the world? Let us know.
A team with some players that we've seen at IEM before, but maybe not in this configuration, is BetBoom. So we're going to get them at the most awkward position. How's your travel been?
Actually, one of the easiest flights ever.
Really?
Yeah.
How many flights to get here?
3, I guess. Yeah.
So what made it easy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We was just sleeping wall flight.
How tall are you? Stand up for a second.
Not really. I told you. You remember? We was in the elevator, and you were like really tall.
Well, it's impossible for me to sleep on the plane this size.
Yeah, I know. I mean, in Cloud9 we had Alex, and he's like big guy, and it's impossible for him to sleep like for a long time in the plane. I mean, for him it's like really hard, I guess.
Yeah, I just get up and I've got neck pain, basically.
Yeah, neck pain and your back. So
I find it kind of easy to adjust to the time difference out here. Do you find it the same, or where are you?
I mean, we was in Belgrade for like long time, and actually it should be like that, but it's don't for some reason. We was sleeping in the noon, every one of us, and we waked up at 6, I guess, or something. So it's kind of well for us. We just need to use for it, and that's it.
All right. Let me catch some of your teammates. I want to catch them at the most awkward. Oh, here we go.
You have to catch him.
All right. How hard is it to hold an angle as a CT in CS2?
It's impossible.
Impossible. So, how are you going to deal with this?
Basically, I didn't buy op on a T side just for CT. On a CT side, like I prefer in this version of CS, P90 is sick.
P90. This is going to be a very interesting tournament.
We will surely see P90 tomorrow. The best weapon in the game.
The best weapon in the game.
Yeah. After Mach 10, I guess.
P90, where is P90? Tell me. I'm the main user.
No. Second main.
Him is the best user.
Okay, so he's top 1 P90.
Yeah, we don't have a sniper.
Yeah, we have a P90 guy. We don't.
Right. So CS2, no AWP, just P90.
Yeah, yeah, you don't need it, basically.
Okay, so
you can try.
I asked him,
Maybe
what's
you can buy Negev at the best.
Negev?
At the best.
Negev
Yeah.
is shit.
No, it's fine.
No, it's shit.
It's fine.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. Not gonna
Okay.
have a conflict
Whatever.
with my coach.
All right, so I asked him, how hard is it to hold an angle as a CT, and he said impossible. Do you agree?
Yeah, it is definitely. You should not hold an angle, like never. You should just like AD at the best, but you should swing first. If you have an opportunity, swing first.
So we're about to see the most aggressive CS2, the CS we've seen. You look like you want to say something.
Yeah. I want to show something. Look.
Basically.
Obviously.
Plus W.
Yeah. Yes.
Tomorrow.
So you guys are just going to send it. Doesn't matter T side or CT side. Both T side for you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The game is just like deathmatch, you know. It feels like you entered the Call of Duty instead of CS. So basically, yeah, you can just go.
All right. So
Different CS, like than it was in CS:GO.
So it's a bit for me. I feel like the game's early access, like an early access game right now. What do you think is the most important thing to be fixed first at the moment?
Either sounds or tick rate. Either sounds or tick rate. Both of them.
Sounds probably because sounds like in a box.
I mean, like on Nuke, you can just go down below secret. If you got there without an info, you could just go and crash the glass basically, and the ramp player won't hear it. So you could just flank him anytime with breaking the glass. In CS:GO, it would never been possible. Like you would been heard, and here it doesn't matter. You can just break it. He won't hear it. Just go and kill 2 people in the back somehow.
So before they added all these extra sound settings, I had a friend of mine just run around in a circle and compare it to CS:GO. Because in CS:GO, I feel like I know if someone's here, I know if someone's there, I know if someone's here. Whereas in CS2, you have no idea. I think within 15 meters, it's impossible to figure out where someone is.
I mean, you got a circle now where the enemy could hear you, but basically you can run like much closer than the circle is because he won't understand where the fuck you are.
And I think it's nearly impossible, right, to hear, to... I forgot the word, sorry.
What word exactly?
Определить?
Identify.
Define. Sorry. Exact sound when like a lot of when, for example, a rush is happening or whatever.
So I guess you can't hold angles as CT. The P90 is better than the AWP. Yeah. The Negev, maybe yes, maybe no. And the sounds are a bit all over the place.
They're awful, basically.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I've been talking about this for months as well. So this is going to be just a crazy aggressive event then, isn't it?
Definitely it's gonna be, and the thing is with the MR12 as well, you could just run over the map, you know. Some teams yeah, I mean like MR12 that's the one. It's gonna be like crazy because basically before you could win a pistol, you could run around, like make few rushes, and then you're like up on 7-0, and it was like, okay, the other team still might have a comeback. Here it's gonna be like much more difficult because it's basically till the 13. So if you win both pistols and you got like some crazy advantages on few first rounds when you rush or do something, you already done the game. Basically, this is something weird for everyone, I guess.
But I think it's like anyway we would have those problems, right? Better earlier than later. Like let's hope Valve fix most of problems till RMRs.
Top one thing that needs to be fixed for you in CS2?
Scar 20, obviously. I mean, they have to like more bullets, or maybe it's not really fire powered. It costs a lot, and you never will kill anyone with it right now. P90 is fine. P90 is fine. I mean, it's fine when you can use in game like a lot of weapons, and it's not really fun when you're playing always with M4 or AK. So.
Okay, so Scar 20.
Yeah, Scar 20, or yeah, I guess Scar 20.
Alrighty. You heard it here first. Buff the Scar 20, you've heard it here first. Keep the P90, buff the Scar 20.
Yeah, that's how it should work.
All right, sounds good to me.
It will be funny. I mean, just imagine the game where, for example, Zywu not playing with AWP, but playing with Scar 20. And let's say Apeks not playing with AK, but playing with P90.
I feel like back in the day, Exist used to use a Scar 20 on Mirage A sometimes.
As far as I remember, Getright was playing at the Inferno in the dark with Scar 20, and I guess it was Ace or something. So as far as I remember, maybe I'm wrong. And as far as I remember again, but Heroic was playing with P90 a lot.
Oh yeah, they had that Inferno P90 rush meta.
Yeah.
Not just Inferno as well.
Yeah, versus some like weak teams.
Yeah. What do you think of Cadian maybe leaving Heroic?
Not maybe. I mean, they announced it already.
Oh really? So it's a bit crazy, eh? A bit shocking.
I mean, it's not shocking for me because I kind of knew it before they announced it. But for me, let's say I'm not really with good relationships between me and Cadian. We kind of enemies, but overall, it's obviously that he's a legend of his scene, and I'm not even hope. I just know that everything will be alright with him. He good captain. Maybe he not like the strongest OPer, but this impact that he bring into any team, it will be huge. So
interesting times ahead.
Yeah, true.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
This team was pretty vocal about not liking the game so far. So maybe let's get a little bit of insight about like how they feel about the travel, because they had to travel a lot, and also how they feel about the game. Hi there, Perfecto. I see like you're kind of busy, but I need you for a moment. All right. You're good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell me, how was your flight? How are you feeling? How's Australia?
Good. I have jet lag, but all good. Relief. It's okay.
And what about CS2? What are your feelings about the game right now?
Oh, it's very hard because we just not a lot practice. We just practice like 1 week, and it's all time going the new updates. So it's all time changed, but it's okay for now. We tried search like new meta or this game because no one, I don't know how I would say, because it's new smokes, new grenades.
Everything is new.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we just play.
You play.
Yep.
I mean, in the end of the day, you know, like, you gotta adjust to it as much as possible. You know, adapt. When it comes to Australia, it's probably like a prime example of a country like where everything is adapting to things, because otherwise you just die. That's how it works. Hey, Shiro.
Hello.
All right, Shiro. We're gonna do this really slowly. How are you feeling? How is the jet lag? How was the travel?
I have jet lag, but I'm good. We're playing tomorrow official game versus Fnatic. It's okay for us, for me.
And I think I saw like some tweets from you about like not liking CS2 so far. Do you have like the same feelings as Perfecto?
Yeah, I don't know, because CS2, it's, in my opinion, it's better, not... oh, yeah, I can play for... I think he's not going ready to competitive Counter-Strike Go, but we see in this tournament.
So you would say that the game itself has potential, but it's just not, it's a bit raw. It's not yet ready. All right. I mean, that's good. That's good. Like, see, like, we're getting through the interview slowly. So, like, thank you very much. I'll not bother you anymore because you probably want to figure out the rest. Let's go to Habed. Don't worry. You stressed out for a moment. You're like, what's happening? You're scared. Like, you know, like, my interviews are usually not so scary. All right. So, about your travel, how is it? How was it?
We survived.
That's the attitude. We survived. It was like 20-something hours.
Oh my god. We had like 2 connection flights, and that was really hard.
That was really hard.
Yeah.
But you're already like, starting to feel better, or it's still like the jet lag?
We're fighting. We're fighting.
So it's gonna be like a fight both like on the server and outside of the server.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And what is your opinion right now on CS2? Because like, you know, like Perfecto, he's like not super excited. And then Shiro says that like, hey, yeah, has great potential. Maybe raw, maybe not ready. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm still thinking it's not ready, but the aim is a bit easier. So for the new guys, for the who just starting to play CS, is the best time to begin it. And nades is for me it's difficult to see that smokes. And when smoke disappeared after HE, it's you know, it's super overpowered. I need Valve needs to do something with it. So flashes is good. Everything is good. Molotov is too big. Too big. Yeah. So a lot of small like fixes, and it's gonna be fine. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, so far, like the things that you mentioned, it sounds like it's pretty easy to fix, so it should be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll not bother you anymore. You gave me a great answer. I will bother the guy here on my left who is, I believe, like you're setting up your config. Is that what's happening?
No, it's not more for me.
It's not working. Okay. I'm sure like by the start of the tournament we'll figure out definitely, but how are you feeling? Is the jet lag still crashing you?
I mean, it's not even crashing. I will say destroying me, because I won't sleep every time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we're gonna play because of this jet lag, but we're gonna try our best anyway.
But that's the thing, like, you know, like you just need to make sure like you go at the right time. You can maybe like try to reset your sleeping schedule, you know, like, and the game is still like tomorrow, so you still have like time to adjust, right? But as I already had like a moment like with 3 of your teammates about like Perfecto not liking the game so far, and the 2 other guys being pretty like maybe say like optimistic about the potential of the game. What is your opinion about CS2?
I mean, I like it a lot. I like this game even more than CSGO. I think they have to do more with this game, you know, to fix something. So yeah, I like it a lot. The only thing that I didn't like, the smoke fade nade, you know.
Yeah.
That thing. The only thing that I don't like.
But do you feel like you'll be able to eventually adjust to it? Yeah. Or it needs to be like out of the game?
I say it from the first time when I see this thing in CS2, I say that they have to remove it, because on tier 1 level, it's easy to use it.
I see. Yeah. Well, I mean, probably eventually Valve will figure out what is like the best way. I'll try not to, you know, like make you suffer too much, because, you know, like talking in a second language when you're jet lagged is not the easiest thing, especially when you're fighting the configs in a different game. Now, like, because it's CS2, like I'll just like go and probably bother like another guy, because we have like 1 more left. Hi. I like how you're like 1 more left and you're like turning around like, no, it's happening. I cannot avoid this. Exile. Yeah. You accepted your like you know like what's gonna happen. All right, how are you feeling?
Not bad.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna get from him. Okay, listen, like when it comes to Shiro, at least he has like an excuse, you know, like he's like trying to adjust to English. I know you speak English. You cannot give me those, you know, like rabbit answers.
Yeah.
I'm having like Brocky PTSD interviews, you know, like when he's like yes, no, and then he just walks away from the camera like doing the interview.
I know it.
I know it, you know it, we all know it. All right. Well, I guess you are not having a great time when it comes to like the jet lag, especially after traveling so long. But the question that is on everyone's mind is Counter-Strike 2. This is the first LAN. How do you feel about the game?
I just hope it will be okay because for now it's not like the final of this game. So I hope maybe we will fix some before the tournament will start. Anyway, yeah. But anyway, it's looking good, and they just need to work hard because they need to fix a lot of things with these peaks and everything. So for now, I think on practice it could be a little bit fire and rough, yeah, because some moments like not understandable. So yeah, and I hope it will be good.
I mean, we all hope for the same. We all hope for the same. All right, thank you very much for the answer. Like, I believe like everyone is like trying to figure out their configs, so I'm gonna let you do that. But again, Excel, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, we don't want that in here. This doesn't have to be in here. We don't need any of that. Now, look. There is something that is relevant, Graham. Welcome to Australia.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't not going to come.
Yeah, well, maybe you didn't come to the last couple of events. We've been missing you. What's been going on?
I had a baby, or my wife had a baby, and I was there supporting her with that.
Is that a good enough excuse?
Most people would say so.
I wouldn't. Can you make it up to the people at home? Could we get an official Graham Messioso Pit double thumbs up?
2 thumbs up from me. I'm very sad. I missed Pro League. It was actually the one time they performed this year. I wasn't there, so this is probably going to be a terrible event. But top 16, you know, we're out first event.
Do you think you're the jinx?
I don't want to say I'm the jinx, but you know, from the evidence we have,
which is yet to come through the pipeline.
Yeah, I mean, if we go out bottom 16 here, we'll just say, oh, we had to play an extra week of CSGO, and you know that's the reason why we're behind on the meta. But it'll probably be because I was here.
Okay, I like the excuse building right now. Now, look, you mentioned a couple of buzzwords. CS2, first tier 1 big LAN event. Everybody's going to be excited, but at the same time, there's an air, and I even had Mr. Legion on the podcast the other day saying he thinks it's going to be chaos, madness. What do you think is going to happen with CS2? You're a seasoned vet of the scene. You've been through a change or two of Counter-Strike. What are your predictions?
I think it will be pretty much business as usual.
Really?
Actually, I don't think the changes are that drastic. In my opinion, obviously, I'm not a top level player. You know, I don't know the exact intricacies of everything, but I don't think it's going to be that crazy to begin with because I don't think teams have had enough time to actually find all the crazy shit they're going to find. But I think in the next few months, things might do a little bit of a flip flop. But I think right now it's too early to have all the crazy stuff.
And here he is, Halzerk, the pride of America now, showing us some of his powerful stances, the mullet on display. Look at that mustache. Haven't seen anything quite like it in years. And you fit right in here with a mullet and a mustache in Australia, mate. Do you feel like maybe you want to change America and Australia and both start with A's? What are you thinking?
I prefer Australia. This is like, when traveling, this is my favorite place like ever.
Do you want to join Grayhound?
I mean...
Yeah. We'll sort it out later, but you love Australia, right? That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, actually, this is my favorite place by far. Like I love every time I come here. Everyone is so nice. Like you talk to someone on the street, wherever, like airport, everyone is so nice, and it's just like it feels nice being here.
That's awesome to hear, and I didn't even pay you to have to do this. Grim, get in there, man. We'll get out of the way. We don't want to stop the photos. If we slow down media day, we're going to get in trouble. But Halzerk, while I got you, I want to ask you, just ask Torji, Orping, CS2, do you think it's a bit nerfed at the moment because the models are moving so fast? What are you feeling?
I feel it's fine. I mean, I've only been playing on 5 ping basically, so I mean, I don't...
Lucky.
Yeah, I don't know if you're playing like 30 ping, it's going to be harder, but I mean, for me so far, it's a bit harder, like just by the swinging, like its pick advantage is very, very high, so I don't feel like a big difference.
What res are you using at the moment, mate? Because you've got some crazy crosshairs and settings in CS2. Do we have something normal?
I did switch yesterday. I was playing some refrag.gg and then the bots just keep killing me. I got so mad, so I started changing everything. So right now I'm not quite sure actually. So
Okay.
it depends on the day.
We'll have to wait and see. All right. Thank you for your time. Anything you want to say to the lovely people at home?
Tune in our match and you might see some new strategies.
Yeah. Nice. All right, thanks, man. Thank you very much. Have a good one. The manager said, now, look, he wasn't at the last one. You performed quite well. If you don't perform well at this event, is it Graham's fault?
Definitely. I think he's bad luck. He's distracting, puts us under pressure. So I think, yeah, if we lose this event, like in group stage, it's definitely his fault.
Wow. Is that? Do you have any like veto power to fire him?
I think I can do what I want, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Anything you want to say, to Jason Lake, about this? Would Jason back you up?
I don't know. We should probably ask him, but I think in terms of Graham, yeah, he'll probably back me up.
Okay, fair enough. It's good that you've superseded the management of your team now. Does that mean you're above TC, or is he still in the hierarchy?
I think TC's kind of like an uncle to me, so I can't really tell him what to do. So I think he's probably the top dog, and then me, but I think Elise is trying to take my spot as a top dog, so probably got to watch out.
All right, well, as the man with the plan, the guy calling the strats, coming up with the ideas, new game, new mechanics, smokes, we got the HEs, all that fun stuff. Have you been just sitting there every day, just staring at a wall, coming up with crazy ideas? What's been going on?
Yeah, I've been looking at a lot of different like strats, just obviously looking at our old ones and then trying to improve them and seeing what we can do with like the HEs and stuff like that. I think the HEs are really cool. Obviously we had the blast showdown, so we lost a lot of days like in terms of practice, and we also had like just long travel days, like 3 or 4 days of travel. So we haven't had that much practice together, but I've looked at it a lot individually, and I think I have some good ideas, and I think the rest of the team as well.
Okay, cool. Should we expect anything groundbreaking out of Complexity? Is there going to be something that comes out and like, oh shit, no one can catch up with it? Or do you think you get away with a gimmick one map and they're going to know about it the next?
I think someone on Twitter gave it away already. I think Floppy has like a Olaf boost, and
okay.
So, but in all seriousness, not really. I think we haven't had enough time to add like some crazy stuff. Well, in my mind, it's not anything crazy, but we'll bring out some new stuff and we'll see how it goes.
All right, sweet. Thanks for your time, mate.
Cool. Thank you.
Hey guys, Mac here. I'm here with LMBT, of course, the coach of Monte. Now, I want to have a quick chat with you about what's gone down since Pro League, because during that group stage at Pro League, you had the initial games that sent you pretty close to that lower bracket, pretty close to elimination, but you managed to pull it back and you placed, 3rd to 4th in the end. So you did a really good job.
Yeah, that was fine. That was nice. I mean, at Pro League, we just didn't treat the group stage right. Didn't treat some opponents right. Let's call it this way, right? But then we very quickly realized that 3 life is fine, but you still have to go through and do something for wins, So we start winning. Simple as that. It was just very good mentality.
I remember fully your face just during those rounds where you were losing, where you shouldn't have been losing. The cameraman was going straight on your face. You're there like, just full anger, just pure anger. Now, you played a couple of games of CS2 already in the Challenger League. Now, moving into IEM here, do you think CS2, like anyone in particular on your team's enjoying it more so than the others? Is anyone hating it? Like, what's your thoughts on the game so far?
I mean, thoughts are pretty same. Obviously, everyone like how it looks. Game is pretty dry, it's not ready. But at the same time, every one of us have to realize that Major is in 3 months. Like, the cycle is starting, right? So we have to dry run something. We have to play at tournaments. We have to understand it here and now rather earlier than later, right? And adapt. But I think that CS2 with this first tournament running, right, it will progress even during tournament very fast. Because we played 1 official and that's it, basically same as other teams. We had like 2-3 days of practice, let's say, right? And it will be just very fast here and teams will adapt very fast. Even after a group stage and playoff match is going to look absolutely different and no one tried it on LAN. So I think, that's my personal, that on LAN it will work much, much better than online and we might see much more happy people than online. So looking forward, that's it.
I heard a few things work better on LAN. I think there was a bit of a test run last week from, some amateurs playing with some pros locally down in Melbourne. And I heard that AWPs work much better on LAN. So I feel like a lot of AWPers out there are going to be very happy. But speaking of Australia, have you had a chance to look around when you got in, the last couple of days, or have you sort of just been all work, fully focused on the games?
No, not really. We wasn't fully focused. I've been here before, so it's for the boys. Mostly right, but right on arrival. It's nice to be in downtown nowadays because previous tournaments wasn't running here. I mean, I was here 5 years ago, so it wasn't running here definitely. And we instantly took a walk, and took a look because it's very nice. It's fresh air. It's warm. We have already pretty cold temperature, at nights at least it's -7. So it's always nice to take a walk and to see different world. But about the work, we have one guy still traveling, so he's arriving tonight. So no, we wasn't working, and you can't prepare to opponent anyway. So you don't see or don't have any demos to review or anything. You just have to be mentally ready first of all, and there's different max rounds as well. So you have to be just hyper focused in a match day, not like before.
Yeah, beautiful. Now, look, if things start going wrong and you do need to, work out that mental, I can take you for a walk. I can show you the sites. We can go fight a rule or something like that, and get all your anger out. Either way, thanks for having a chat.
Thanks.
Boys, tell me, so far there's been a whole travesty with the game. Everyone's a little bit worried about this Pika's advantage. Now, you're probably going to be taking a bit of advantage of that, aren't you?
We are confident. I think we're gonna destroy.
Okay, well, hopefully that one works out. I heard that Pika's advantage isn't as bad on land, so hopefully, we're all going to be learning together over the next couple of days. Now, what are your expectations for your group at the moment? Are you feeling super confident because you had some really good results in CS:GO before it turned into CS2?
I think with our group in particular, we are very confident, especially with the previous win against Complexity. So that's one for the opening one. But in regards of a best of one, I mean, anything could happen, and especially in MR12 now.
Yeah, MR12, of course, going to speed things up a bit. Now, I heard you've only had about 3 days of practice in CS2, moving into this one in terms of scrims and stuff. Do you have anyone that's playing better in CS2 from your team at the moment than CS:GO? Is Demka still the scariest man in existence on your team, or are you the man now?
I think it's hard to say because we didn't play LAN yet, but I think everyone is feeling comfortable in CS2, and we will see how it will on LAN.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite part about CS2?
MJ Peak and the smokes.
It's gone. It got patched the other day. We got the Shakira now. Have you seen that?
I saw that it's still MJ Peak is still being used a little bit. It's still there. So to be honest, I have no clue. I'm kind of disappointed, to be fair.
I'm here with Demka, the man who was just making me squeal at Pro League. Your plays, those clutches were absolutely insane. The question is, can you back it up in CS2?
First tournament, we will see. Maybe not this one, maybe tomorrow or in 2 days. We don't know. But amazing game, I would say. I'd love to play the CS2. Many pros say they don't like, but I like. For example, for me, it's good. And yes, basically, first tournament, we see how it will go. And I hope for good vibes and good games.
I hope to see you just absolutely tapping heads like you already were. Now, tell me your favorite part of the game so far. Are you liking the smokes? Are you hating the smokes? Do you like how you can nade? The nades have that buff now. They have more value.
So basically, I would say whenever I play some random games, I'd like to see some updates. So this chip with smokes, with AG is crazy, and I think it's very good to see this, and a lot of teams already know how to make sense to break smoke or do something. It seems very cool, and I guess the winner of this tournament will be the team who work more, who create more, and yes, I like to see what's going on CS2 games with smokes and AG. For me, it's most interesting tip.
It's great. The util is just going to be dynamic as hell. Everyone was already buying the 5 pieces, leaving some in spawn, but are we taking more flashes? Are we taking more nades? Are mollies less important? Are they more important for the retake, depending on the map? There's just so many questions, and we're all going to find that out together over the next couple of days. So, do you have someone, out of all the teams that are here, is there a team that was really good in CS:GO that you think is going to fall flat in CS2?
I cannot say this. We need to see on tournament how it's going, because Prague is one part, tournament and official is second part, and yes. We played maybe one official or two on CS2. We won first one. It was pretty tough game, but I don't know, compared to CSGO or compared to CS2, I guess we need to play a bit to understand what is going on, what the meta, what the everyone team's using, and then we can say some arguments to your question. So right now we just see and play.
Sit and play. And look, everyone's util is going to be completely hidden as well because it's only VODs. Demos are broken. It's horrendous. Anyway, thanks Demka for the chat and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm here with MC. CS2 coming out. Well, it's out now. We got a whole lot of bits and bobs to look at here. But for people who aren't too familiar, what is your role?
So my role is in-game director. So I'm in charge of the execution of the in-game production. One of the observers here, and I focus on all the cinematic camera angles.
Okay, but also on top of that, you build out some stuff, right? You've definitely done some stuff with the HUD in the past. Now we have a HUD for the new game. Is it the same?
Yeah, so at the moment it's mostly the same. Thankfully, a lot of the game data is the same from Valve. So only a few minor bug fixes here and there. But there's a lot of the more fancy features that we don't have just yet. Things like the dropped grenades and our augmented reality take a bit of time to get the tooling up to speed for that. But in general, mostly the same for this event.
Do we have ADR?
We're still investigating that one. A few bugs with that one. Have to see if it's an issue that we can fix or if it's on Valve's end. So still looking into that one.
Okay, so I think one of the bigger questions is, okay, this is the first one, sure, but we got Katowice next year. CS2 is going to have a lot more events coming. Are there going to be new features that you will be able to implement thanks to CS2?
Oh, yes, for sure. I think the engine's just a lot more stable for this game. So we can probably do a lot more cooler augmented reality things in the future. But time will see,
Okay, what about this? Yeah. So now there's no skyboxes and stuff. Yes. So when you're flying around the map, can you do like different cinematics and everything?
On certain maps, yes. So like Nuke, for example, we can be really high up in the sky and there's no like render glitches or anything. But a map like Mirage, when you're trying to fly over the map, so some areas of the map like unload and then reload. So some cinematics just not possible anymore. But in general, with the no skyboxes, it does help a lot. Like we can be much higher in the sky, get a nice overview picture of the execute that's happening.
Okay, so somebody like me who's going to be casting, hopefully I can get into GoTV. I don't even know if it's still called. Is it still called GoTV?
I mean, it's called CSTV, but there are some GoTV references in the game still.
Okay, so I should be able to get in and then should be able to get all the usual data we have. But for the viewer at home, just expecting the same to similar experience this time around?
Yes, although at the moment you can't free cam in GoTV, only POVs. So hopefully Valve fix that one. But yes, otherwise very similar features too.
What's on your wish list? What's the number one thing you wish that they would fix or add or have available for you?
I mean, if they add the ADR, the utility damage, enemies flashed in the game state integration, that would be fantastic.
Okay, one more time. Hit me with it one more time so we're trying to get them to fix it. What were those things?
ADR, utility damage, enemies flashed. What you see in the scoreboard, it would be nice to have it in the game data.
Okay, and something else that I think would be nice, MC, would be our friend, Rushley Ranger, coming to Australia. How much has he let you down not coming?
Oh, he's let me down big time. He's just, I do this 24-hour trip every event, and this one time he just doesn't want to come. He just refuses. The flight's too long, or they need to book me premium economy, or just unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm suggesting we demote him from #1 observer in the world status because this is not dedication to the game.
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah, it's just a disgrace.
Some people would say unacceptable. MC, do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I know MC's already had a chat with Chad, but I actually want to talk to him as well because I'm his biggest fan. So I just want to see if I can jump in here. MC, are you busy?
Oh, we already did this one.
I know we already did this one, but you said specifically that you wanted to talk to your biggest fan, and I'm here to have a chat with you now. So how are you feeling about IEM Sydney?
Oh, I'm so excited for IEM Sydney. Yeah. It's going to be a fun tournament, I think. Some CS2 mechanics are a bit questionable at the moment, but, I think those VERTEX guys, be on the lookout for them. Like Kingfisher and Brace, they've cooked up some interesting strategies. So.
And actually, I think they might be the only team that's been tested on LAN in Counter-Strike 2 because they did play a show match a couple of weeks ago, or at least a few of them did. So maybe that's an advantage, obviously, as well. MOUZ playing with a sub. So MR12, BO1, upset. How you feeling?
I mean, when I spoke to Brace, he said, we only need to win 13 rounds. So that when you put it that way, anything can happen. So it's going to be interesting.
That is true. Now, tell me, you've been grinding the game a little bit. Where are you actually sitting on the AU leaderboard right now?
Oh, I think I've dropped a few places now, but early in the week I was number 2. So, grinding the game pretty hard, beating all the sweaty 5 stacks. Right. So, the game's been fun to grind. That's for sure.
Do you think that makes you better at your job? If you're like better at the game, do you reckon that makes you better?
Oh, absolutely. To observe the best, you have to beat the best. You got to be the best. 100%.
And you beat the best on the reg?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Those Grayhound 5 stacks, VERTEX 5 stacks, they got nothing on me.
All noobs. Next year, we're going to see IEM Sydney 2024. MC's going to be there and playing. We'll see how you go there, mate. I think you're going to be able to dominate. So we'll wrap it up there. Thanks, MC, for the chat.
Apparently, the AWP is now redundant, and the P90 is what the AWPers need to be rolling with in CS2.
I personally haven't played the P90 yet. I don't have it in my loadout even. I don't feel like the AWP is pretty good, to be honest. But yeah.
All right. Well, you still have time to switch out to that P90 because BetBoom are doing that. They said the AWP is dead. The P90 prevails. The team is split whether the negative is good or the negative is shit. So that could also be a consideration.
Could be. I think they should reduce the price of the M249. It's a lot better than negative, in my opinion.
We're learning a lot about these secondary options here. So BetBoom reckon it's impossible to hold angles as CT at the moment. What do you feel the state of the game is right now with regards to that?
I'd say you can still hold angles, but some of them are kind of. You can die before you see the other player sometimes. So I still haven't found out consistently how people how it works yet. So I don't know.
All right. I'm going to just not allow you to play any ping pong, but you can stand at the table. Holding angles as CT.
I prefer to pick people all the time now. I'm not waiting to get picked.
Have you got the P90 in your loadout?
Yeah, I actually had it quite a few times, and I think it's a really good gun in CS2. Way better than in CSGO.
So you're the AWPer of the team now, basically, with the P90?
Yeah, I'm sniping people from all ranges, basically.
All right, I'll let you guys do some ping pong. Was that Metal Slug? Yes, it is. Oh, nice. Now we're talking.
They're all too young to remember this.
They don't know Metal Slug?
No, none of them. Only Snacks knew it, but because he's old, as you probably.
Wow. I have Metal Slug on the Neo Geo Pocket Color, so I can't deny what you're saying there.
I played on an arcade like those.
What is your take on the P90 at the moment?
P90?
Too broken.
I actually don't have it in my loadout. I don't play it.
Yeah, because it's too powerful. We want to be fair with the enemies. We don't use that.
Guys, this is a competition. You need to equip the P90 ASAP.
Why? Is it broken?
So BetBoom said that the AWP is dead and the P90 is what they're moving with now.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to give you the intel, because it's going to be a bit chaotic. So not everyone on your team has the P90 equipped. So I think you guys need to make sure you have it in your loadouts.
Yep. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Fix it.
What do you think is the most important thing that needs to be changed or fixed in CS2 right now?
CL Bob. They need to add CL Bob.
So we're not moving. So CL Bob, basically, for those of you who are unfamiliar, when you're running, your arms are doing this. But CL Bob, you can limit it so your arms are just out here like that, not doing this nonsense. What's the best gun in CS2?
Anything that you swing with.
Anything that you swim with?
Swing.
Swing with?
Yeah, it can be any gun. It can be the Glock, USB, it doesn't matter. Honestly, eco rounds now, you can win them easily. I think on average, you're getting 3 kills per eco. So,
what do you reckon about MR12?
I like the change. It's just games feel really short now, and I don't know. Pistol rounds are a bit too important, I think. So I don't really like it.
Speaking of pistols, I have started headshotting people with the Deagle.
Oh, yeah.
So it must be a bit more accessible.
For sure. I've been getting headshotted a lot as well. Horn digs are not really fun lately.
Do you think it's easier to frag people than it was in CSGO?
With the Deagle?
Just in general?
Yeah, if you hold angles, you're pretty much dead. Don't hold.
So BetBoom said it's impossible to hold angles. And you have to AD the whole time.
Yeah, I think if you want to hold, just go in and then swing out. That's how you hold.
So I think the way the game is now, I think the CT side is also a T side in terms of aggression.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be sending it at all times.
No one is holding anything. Everyone's just going to swing. CT, you have to push. If you hold, you're finished. That's how it is.
Have you guys got gimmicks with everything that's new? With especially like if you look at the Palace smoke on Mirage, the like lurk smoke you can do where it goes down. If you're on eco, you can basically all drop into the site together like lemmings with a big flash. Have you guys got gimmicks for this tournament?
Yeah, we have things like that prepared. Not gonna spoil it, but we're ready.
What do you think about the sounds in the game?
Pretty bad. I mean, I feel like the sounds now have ruined Vertigo for me. I used to like the map a lot, but now don't like it.
Is it going to change your vetoes for this tournament? Because
no comment.
Oh, this is getting spicy. This is going to get real weird. You're a bad liar as well. I can just read all the information on your face. Well, oh, there's the big boy. Welcome back. Wow, finally, someone as tall as me. Well, okay, two people. Welcome back.
Hello.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry, cześć.
Nice. I think it's a great time for something new, with CS2.
Yeah, it's my time.
It's your time. Yeah. What do you think about? So I try not to ask people, what do you think about CS2? Because I think that's the easy question. So I spoke to your team. Some people said they've got gimmicks. What is this should be a bit of a whirlpool, a bit of a crazy tournament here.
This is gonna be like wild tournament. Like everyone go like starting from the fresh page, like new page, and I would say no one is ready what's gonna happen. Like everyone probably have different like play styles, like game plan, so we'll see. But I think for me it's funny. Like new smokes, new HEs, new things to do.
Yeah, not everybody likes the new smokes. It's going to be interesting, the adjustment, especially trying to walk outside on nuke, etc., like the places where you'll be very exposed. You're one of the most iconic names in Counter-Strike, and I think everyone's going to be happy to have you back playing top flight CS once again. Have you played too much CS2 yet?
What I play CS2?
Like in terms of like scrims and so on, has there been much time?
Yeah, we played a little bit of the pracs, and I also was playing a lot of premiers and stuff like this. But I think like about the smokes, you just need to be a little bit more smarter, than before. And the smoke, they are different, but there is a way to like play around it.
I think one thing with CSGO was that it was getting to a point where it was kind of solved. Everybody knows everything, so I think the reset is pretty good with this stuff. So the general consensus is that right now, playing CT, you have to be really aggressive and kind of send it because you can't hold an angle because of the way the game is right now. Would you agree with that? Do you think it's going to be really hard to play CT at this event?
I'm not sure actually. I think it's not like this. Like people are, I would say a little overcomplicated it, in that way. Like obviously it's like picker advantage a bit, but I would say you don't know how it's gonna work on LAN. Like it might be a little bit different. Like from what we know from Valve, it should be the Saptic. It should be better on LAN, yeah, because it's like what you see, that's what you get, yeah, or something like this. I mean, you have a lot of those videos that is actually not the same. Like you click and you kill people behind the wall or something. But I don't know. Like I'm actually pretty curious, like how it's gonna happen. Like look at the LAN, Like it might be the case that people will start to play aggro, but they might get like cough, like in playing aggro, and maybe they will stop. Like it's hard to tell. Like really, like this CS2 is just the new thing, and it's really hard to say, especially online.
I get the impression we're going to see a lot of P90 at this event. Are you going to be part of this P90 crew?
No, I'm just going to be a smoke criminal party again.
All right. Well, I think everyone's glad to have you back, and we look forward to seeing what you guys are going to bring on the server.
I hope so. It's going to be really good stuff.
Nice.
All right. We've got an intense game of table tennis. I'm going to sneak up on Magisk here because he's very involved in all this. Oh, my Lord. They're actually pretty decent. Magisk, what's going on here? What's your role in this? I hear you're getting very vocal about this.
I'm telling Lutzen to stop being pussy, defending all the time. He's never attacking. He's like in CS. He's always defense. Camping.
Is he taking your advice?
Not really, though.
Oh, not easy to be a coach. Not easy to be a coach, clearly. How are you feeling then? Obviously, travel day, Sydney. Yeah, how are we doing with all that?
I mean, who doesn't love 38 hours of travel? I mean, it's always special to be able to travel for that long and being alone and talking to yourself for 38 hours. So yeah, it's been a long trip, but it's good to be here.
Did you come to any realizations getting to talk to yourself for so long?
That I hate traveling alone, that's for sure. Yeah, it's boring.
There we go. Very handy. Obviously, I'm going to ask about CS2. I'm sure everyone's going to talk about it. You know, just first impressions of what you think it's going to be like at the first big pro tournament.
Well, first of all, I think it's going to be a little bit more random. I think we're going to see a lot of upsets and a lot of teams beating the usual better teams. But I think it's quite natural. I mean, it's a new game, and I also think like the players need to get used to the new meta, and there might not even be a specific meta yet that people are going to play with. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of upsets and a lot of unknown about how people are going to be performing, because I think it's difficult to expect all the top teams to be the best at the game yet, because we also had a lot of CSGO tournaments, and if you look on paper, we are probably the teams to have the least amount of time to play the new game, because we had to prepare for CSGO tournaments and the big events. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite unknown, and I think this tournament is open for everyone, to be honest.
Awesome. And also, just in general in scrims, I'm going to ask you just cheekily. I know scrims are scrims, nowhere near the same thing. Any teams doing like better than you'd expect? Anyone that's sneakily strong?
Well, honestly, we haven't played against the same team multiple times, so I think it's difficult to say from one practice who is going to be good and who's going to be bad. But yeah, I don't really have any names to put on the table, but I think we've been doing quite decent ourselves, and I think most top teams have been doing quite decent, because we also have better chances of becoming good at the new game. I think because we have good players and good understanding of the fundamentals of CSGO, and I think that translates.
Man, I'm doing an interview. What the fuck?
Man's getting assaulted.
That's fine.
I don't remember where you were.
No, I just I think the good teams in CSGO have a better opportunity to become good in the new game as well. And I mean that because I think we have good players and good understanding of the game and the fundamentals. And even though it's a new game, I still think there's a lot of the same things, like the discipline and the understanding of the rotations. And yes, there is difference in the way the grenades are working and interacting, but I think that's a minor update in the sense of that. So yeah, I think with time you will see that the top teams will still be the top teams, but in the beginning of this tournament and maybe in the next few tournaments, you will see a lot of upsets and you will see a lot of top teams maybe struggling a little bit more than usual. So yeah.
Okay, I'll ask one more question just because I feel like we might have to sub you in here because Zywoo is smoking Spinks right now, low key. Whoa, All right. We'll see if you step it up. We'll see. Oh, 5-3 apparently. Okay. Final question though. I wanted to ask, like, coming into CS2, do you actually change a lot about how you're looking at the game? Or do you have to wait and see the pro matches before you really change how you see the game?
I think for now, it's a lot about the same fundamentals of the old game. Obviously, the grenades are going to be working a little bit different, and we're going to try and interact a little bit more with the smokes and trying to make small gimmick moves. But I think everything else we try to see it as the same good old Counter-Strike.
Perfect. Thanks for your time and good luck. How are we doing? That looked intense.
Yeah. Usually I beat him, but unfortunately he got this one.
Just about. Listen, you had to let him go to his other stuff. So, you got to let him go. Exactly. All right. So how are we doing? I heard Magisk had like a 38-hour flight day. How was yours?
My flight day was a bit easier. We had, I came with Frenzy and we had like 27. So it's definitely better than what Magisk had.
All right. Not too bad. So you're feeling good, feeling fresh, liking Sydney right now?
Actually, yes. I'm here for one day, but the city looks beautiful. And that's it for now.
Awesome. All right. And standard questions here. I feel like I'm going to rattle through these. CS2, what are your thoughts right now?
I think there is a big difference between playing home with 60 ping than to come here with playing 0 ping. I feel the game on 0 ping, it's a lot smoother compared to back home. And if it would be like this always, I really like it.
All right, awesome. And a lot of people have been talking about the AWP and how it seems not as strong. Is that going to change on LAN as well? Do you think it'll be easier for the AWPers? Because in CSGO, it felt like it was probably a bit easier holding angles.
I think it's a bit harder because you have the advantage pick right now, so it's harder to hold angles like before. But I trust my MVP player to be fine. So I think if they fix the advantage pick a bit, it will be the same like before.
To be fair, I was also pretty good on the rifle, so either way, not the end of the world, I'm sure. In terms of like approaching CT side, for example, do you think we'll see more teams go aggressive? Because, like you said, it feels harder to hold angles. It feels like there's Pika's advantage. Is that something you expect?
Yes, I expect the cities to pick more than they used to, because sometimes when you hold an angle and you know someone is coming to your direction, in CSGO you would just hold and you know you are good. But now it feels like even though you know he's coming, you still need to pick him. And it's a bit weird, but it's just the way the game right now. So yeah, I think the cities will pick more than before.
And for MR12, it kind of feels like every gun round is really important now. Like you can't afford to make mistakes. So how does that change how when you're playing the game? Like if you get a bad start, it feels really bad now.
Yeah, I feel it definitely in best of one. If you lose 2 pistols, it's really hard. Like it was hard before on best of one to play like MR15 and to lose both pistols. It was hard, but now you need to be really good to come back from losing the pistol, and you need to be good on pistol rounds.
All right, I will ask as well, in terms of the table tennis, if it was you against Magisk, for example, like do you just beat him? How does that go down?
Usually I would say yes, but last time we played on ESL Pro League, he beat me, so I know he's here. So if I would lie, he would come and say the truth, so I have to say the truth as well. So yeah, he beat me last time.
An honest man. Okay, well, hell, maybe you can get that rematch. I'll let you go. Best of luck in the tournament.
Thank you.
What's going on over here, Apeks? What's good? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, thanks.
Cool. So what'd you do today, bud?
We had media day. We'll have some SSD setup soon, and later some practice. That's it.
How is practice down here?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, we still haven't practiced here, but we practiced CS2 from home, and it was a bit weird at the beginning. New game, everything is new, but it was good.
So, I mean, yeah, new game, exciting time to be here. What do you think about Australia, though? We're pretty far out there, right?
I like it. I think it's pretty nice. I would move here, actually, if I have the chance. Yeah, pretty good.
It's a real nice time of year to be here, I think. So speaking of which, do you guys have any official comment on Rushley, the observer, not attending the event?
Can you repeat the question?
Rushley, the observer, he elected to stay home instead of coming to the event because it's too far of a travel for him. What do you say to people like that?
I feel bad for him. I think he should come here whenever he has the chance. Yeah. I wouldn't miss the chance.
Yeah. Snooze, you lose, Rushley. Duh. Anyway, so what's new with the team here? I see you've gotten rid of some people and new faces here. What's going on with the team, guy?
So we have brought Sense from the academy team. So we'll see if he can step up and do some damage against some of the big boys. It's going to be interesting both for us and for him.
What's that learning process like?
I think it's like I don't know. Like it's gonna be interesting for sure. At least the learning process I think is pretty good because he's been working with me for the last 2 years. So hopefully some of the things that I have brought is very. I think that a lot of things seems very similar for him.
So in theory, Sense can make some dollars, right?
Yes, he would be able to. Yeah, and earn as part of the main team as well. Like he's on a trial, so we'll see.
What is that vibe like when you talk about coming from an academy team to then going to a main team? Tell me a little bit about that.
I wouldn't know, actually. I think that for him, at least, it has to be interesting. I mean, it's going to be new for him to just even chill at the lobby and see some of the big names walking around. I think if I remember from at least for everyone, I think including myself, that was hard getting used to for the first few events. But I mean, it's different. Like everything is much more fast and much more complicated, and you get easier punished on your mistakes. And so,
it's a new game, which is why I'm going to go talk to Knock next. He walked into the most opportune time. So what's up, Knock? What are you finding out down here in Australia?
I like it. Long flight, but otherwise, it's only positive things to say, I would say.
How long of a flight is a long flight?
I mean, 14 hours is pretty long, I would say.
Straight?
Not straight. First 6 hours to Qatar, and then 14 hours from Qatar to Sydney.
So for the people that say this is just too far away to travel to, right? Like Rushley, the observer, I already asked these guys. He didn't make it was too far to travel. So, is that pathetic? What is that to you?
That's pathetic.
Yeah. Couldn't said it any better.
That's shameful. Shameful.
Sinful even, Rushley. Shame on you. No, but for real, tell me about playing CS2 here for the first time.
It's fun with a new game. It's a bit broken still, of course, but I don't know. Like I don't see a lot of people complaining about the game, but I'm having fun with a brand new game, kind of.
It's like learning it all over again, right? It's essentially what's happening. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like a kid again.
Yeah. What I mean, does that light a new spark for a team? Does a team like, oh, new game, we got to learn our new smokes, we got to learn everything over again?
I think so, actually. I feel like it's a new game. Everyone is just so hyped to continue. You know, CS:GO for so long, like almost 10 years, right? So now it's brand new. Everyone wants to be the best, and it's just like full focus and a lot of playtime.
Cool. So what are you getting into around here in Australia? I mean, obviously ping pong is going to follow us around the world, I guess, forever now. But what about Australia?
I don't know. I was jet lag yesterday, so I walked 40K steps. So my legs were dying. I just explored Sydney by myself. That's pretty nice.
By yourself?
I mean, 50-50. Like half of the time was team, and I woke up like 4:30 in the morning, so I just walked out.
Did you find anything cool though on your adventure, on your journey?
I went to Chinatown. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
What are they doing over there?
Eating good food.
Yeah. Well, cool. Anything you want to tell these people at home or watching the lobby?
What's up, guys? Hello. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah. Hope you're doing well. That's easy. And that's Knock. And this is Apeks. And I'm out of here.
I'm jumping in. Backside.
How's it going, man?
I didn't have the microphone in your face. You want to say that again?
How's it going, man?
It's going fucking great, Matt. No, but how tired are you? How's the jet lag?
I'm knackered, bro.
Yeah, you look it. It's been a long travel for you guys to get here. You know, about a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, it sounds about right, actually.
Yeah. You got G2 in the opening game.
Yeah.
Justin to take on those noobs, right? How much are you going to smash them? 13 to what?
I just don't think they really know what they're doing properly, but like we're just going to humble Justin a little bit. I know he's won a few events since he's been back in Australia, and I just don't think he doesn't know how it is anymore. So basically,
well, plus he's old now as well. Like Justin's 27 years of age. He's not really Australian anymore. He lives over there in Europe. You know, like what are you going to make a meal of him, or they got this guy called Nico? He's pretty sharp. I don't know. What's you've been watching the demos? I hope.
Yeah, we just gotta. Yeah, I don't know. We just gotta keep him humble. Like we gotta show him that we're the best.
Yeah, no, fair enough. It's hard to argue with that. It's hard to argue with that. Now, look, CS2, seriously. I saw ASAP tweeting, can't get a bloody FaZe game going. What's going on?
That's just Australia, though. It's actually really sad, to be honest. Like, a bit serious for a second. It's quite sad being Australia playing CS, but at the same time, it's what we're dealt with, what we're given, and it's what we have to deal with. And I've heard a lot of European players complain about it, actually.
Okay, the lack of games?
Yeah, like you just can't get matches. The queue time's like an hour and a half, or like an hour.
How do we fix it?
Just gotta play FaceIt, I reckon. People don't play FaceIt here. I don't know why no one's playing FaceIt. There's like an AC and everything, and maybe people just don't think there's an incentive, but I would keep FaceIt personally.
Okay, nice little sponsor plug there for everybody playing at home. So look, there is going to be a whole bunch of Europeans here playing. Do you think, maybe you can say a few words to the local community to get online to play against them? Can you inspire the people to play against the pros?
I don't know. I don't think people really listen to me that much. I talk a bit of crap in FaceIt sometimes, so people might not really respect me too much. But yeah, let's play some FaceIt with the European pros.
That's all you got for me?
Yeah, that's all we got. Let's go, boys.
All right, I'm going to go talk to Josh. Let's have a look. Josh, you're not wearing your jersey today. What's going on, mate?
I took it off because I get smelly real quick, so...
Oh, you only have one jersey?
No, I got three, but, we're going to be here for the whole trip, so we're going to be on stage.
Okay, all right. Well, you have a tough opening match that we were just discussing, but do you think CS2 kind of levels the playing field, or do you think that it's still going to be, the top dogs of the top dogs?
I wouldn't say it levels it, but I'd say it makes it better for us. It's not really a proper game at the moment, I think, so I think a lot of the European pros don't really like it as well, so it's probably an advantage for us.
Okay, so obviously no travel, so you guys should be feeling pretty good compared to the other guys. We start playing tomorrow, and most people have been arriving the last couple. New game, as we've just discussed. Have you been... at this point, you can come up with some creative things, I would hope, that nobody else would really know about, or how are you finding it? Are you just copying the current meta? What's the situation been?
I think it's a bit of both. Like, it's bringing stuff from CSGO and also coming up with some new stuff. There is a lot of cool stuff you can do. But I think a lot of the teams as well will come up with similar stuff because there's not too much that you can do. I mean, there is a lot of cool stuff, but I think everyone will be on the same page when it comes to that.
Okay. Is anyone in the team better on CS2 than they were in CSGO?
Nah, we're all worse.
Okay, well, great. So yeah, they're really spilling over with confidence here. I think when you look at this a home event, I'm back. It feels great to be back, but I can only imagine you guys are actually repping the country. I'm another one of these turncoats. There's a lot of pride going into this event.
Yeah, for sure. There always is. I mean, it hasn't been IEM Sydney in 4 years, I think. So even the DreamHack event was very good for us as well. We enjoyed playing in front of the home crowd. I think with a bigger crowd, it'd be nice to play on the stage, but one step at a time.
You're one of the older boys. I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying you're one of the older boys. Now, you've been through a transition or two of the Counter-Strike back in the day. How are you finding this CS2 situation, mate? You see all these young bucks. Oh, it's shit. This sucks. What are you thinking?
Time to retire. It's pretty fun. Like, it's cool to see new stuff coming out, like new tactics and whatever we can do with the game. It's obviously in a rough spot. Like, there's moments where like I'm dying behind walls. I hate that at the moment. Like, I'll be somewhere and then I'll die in a position where like I'm hidden. That's like the worst thing right now for me. But it's a fun game, so I'm looking forward to playing it.
Okay, so somewhat optimistic here. Do you think it's going to be better playing on LAN? We're basically 1 to 5 ping. Do you think that's going to help with some of the issues you're feeling?
I mean, I hope so. We have to find out. Like, I assume it's going to feel better, so should be good.
Okay. Now, look, you're not actually Australian, in case people at home didn't realize that. You're from New Zealand. I hope I said that correctly. Let me know if my pronunciation was all right. But, you've spent a bit of time in Australia, so if we cameras are off and we were talking seriously, how does Australia stack up to New Zealand, mate?
In terms of what?
Oh, in terms of your general sentiment towards it.
Oh, right. To be honest, I've changed. I prefer Australia now. Oh. Like, I look to live there in the future, so I thought I'd never say that. But I like Aussie more now, to be honest.
What changed?
Don't tell my family.
It's all right. We won't air this.
It's just a good place to live. Like, Melbourne's sick. Like, it's an insane city. Like, I'm from Wellington and it's tiny. So, like, there's just a lot more to do in Melbourne, especially at my age.
The general consensus is, from the people I've spoken to so far, impossible to hold angles as a CT. AWP is dead. P90 lives now as the primary weapon. Is this what your findings are as well?
I mean, they're somewhat accurate. I would still say that, you have a slight peaker's advantage, but still you can be easily outplayed by just if you peek into numerous different positions. But if you know where a player is, you have this confidence to do whatever you want. But I didn't try too much P90, so I can't.
Is it in your loadout?
Actually, I don't think it is. I should put it there.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yes.
What about you, P90?
Haven't used that weapon a single time. I got deleted by it by a few times. Head armor, no head armor, doesn't matter. Just double dink, I'm dead. But other than that, I prefer the AK. I'm not a silver.
So we are going to see the P90.
Mach 10.
Mach 10?
Yeah, Mach 10 on T side for sure.
Mach 10 over the P90?
Yeah, but on T side, I think the rush with Mach 10 is OP.
You save some money.
Save some money. What about the shotguns, guys? We've seen a bit of shotgun action. You seem excited.
Yes, I've been playing a lot of FaZe, a lot of Premier. The shotgun, it's stronger than in CSGO. The XM, the auto shotgun, the amount of damage you can do. Imagine simple on auto shotgun.
For me, there are problems with the sound, right? But I think the biggest issue is like within 15 meters. I think it's very hard to determine. Whereas in CSGO, if there's a guy here, or there, if somebody ran around you in a circle, you wouldn't know where they you would not know where they are, as far as I'm concerned. But how is it for you? Have you found the magic settings?
I've tried plenty of settings, and I don't think there is a right one. But I think that if you hear a slight sound, that's the hardest. If someone is running, you can after a second pinpoint it pretty easily. I feel like if there's some constant noise, but if there is a footstep, especially people landing, because it makes the sound is so you can hear it from so far away if someone jumps. So the thing is that, and on Nuke, especially on Nuke, the sounds are really bad if you try to listen to up and down, up and down the, what is it called, surfaces. Yeah. Then it's different. But yeah, if you hear some small sounds, you might get paranoid because you're not exactly able to pinpoint it, at least for me.
The jumping sound, me as an A-lurker on Mirage, you can hear when the ticket guy is jump spotting, and if he's jump spotting, you know he's playing, most likely playing alone. You can go out, swing him, ask for a flash, whatever. But if he's not jumping, you know he's somewhere on site, so you just go out, don't even clear CT, clear default shadow, kill the guy. It's super fun.
Is it harder to, if you're like flanking or if you're rotating, is it harder to do that now? Because it looks like the sound travels further, generally speaking, than it did before. So do you have to be like extra careful if you're trying to time the running versus the walking? Is it like harder to keep your position concealed some way with the sound in the game at the moment?
I think it's completely fine. If you look at the radar when you're flanking, you're most likely not looking at the crosshair. You know where the enemies can hear you, and if you're flanking A on Mirage, you know when they're executing, you know there's a guy not going to be somewhere around the entry of Palace. You know you can run there. You see the bubble where your footsteps can be heard. And
the smokes are weird now. Yeah. So you can put a smoke up here and it will go all the way down there. Yeah, we go with Bardol smoke. So someone found that before I did, so I can't take credit for that.
It will be Bardol smoke.
You know, I made the monster smoke on Overpass.
The same.
I made that smoke.
I found for bank, you know, like stairs and left side bank, we call the position.
Yeah.
I found Bardol smoke there.
You found a Bardol smoke there. Okay. All right. So what, like a tower of... So you guys...
Don't say tower, it's Bardol smoke.
It's Bardol smoke, all right. Well, maybe because I'm tall, you know, you can put it that way.
No, it's only because it's your signature.
Okay. Do you guys have gimmicks? Especially with MR12, I think one like, I don't know, gimmick smoke or something. Like you saw the one that someone made on Palace on Mirage, where it goes down onto Shadow. So you can kind of walk out in a smoke onto the bomb site, basically.
With Bardol smoke or use anyone?
Anyone.
I think we didn't do some stress like this yet. I think we played as a team like practice less than other for sure here. Because we had a really huge like bootcamp before EPLs and EPLs, and so we rested like 7 days. And yeah, we had like 3 days of practice, but obviously players were playing individually. So we don't have like a lot of gimmicks for the moment. But obviously like HE thing is huge.
So this is going to be like almost an orientation for you guys with the limited time you've had to actually play CS2, like, you know, professionally. It's going to be crazy. I was speaking to Snacks off camera. He thinks it's going to be. He said a word that was like interesting, you know, in terms of expectations and so on. And he thinks being able to call things on the fly is going to be important for this event because of how chaotic it might be.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Like,
On air calls, yeah.
I'm expecting P90s, man. I don't know, like. Do you, with only a few days of practice, I think every team's coming into this with like no expectations, right?
I think there are some teams who was playing much longer, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know the names, but it must be like this. But I don't know. For me, for sure, like for this event, it's like so close.
From CS:GO events and so on.
Yeah, for transition, like we for sure need like new bootcamp to go through the game, like to find new things. Because for now it will be like a raw competition. I don't think like a lot of skill, a lot of like you say like on air like calls. Yeah, just playing like with a lot of gimmicks. It will be the main thing.
Right. If you had one request to the developers for something to improve, change, fix, etc., what would that be?
Only one.
Okay, you can have. How many do you want?
I could go with 2.
All right, let's do 2.
Just to upgrade it to 128 tick for people. Like not. It doesn't have to be the whole game. It could be like in CS:GO. Like for services, you could like subscribe and just rent a server with 128 tick, because I think the movement, constant jumping and all this stuff is just whack. And then the second one, I mean, I think that will fix a lot of the issues with the picker's advantage and all this stuff if the server rate is tick rate is higher. But Actually forgot the other one. I don't have a good one, but maybe the audio as well. The audio is a good one.
2 things for CS2 that you would change or fix or whatever?
First of all, I'd like Valve to release Bob from imprisonment. So bring my guy Bob back, because I cannot be running around and my hands being shook. I'm shook.
Shaking.
Yes, shaken. So yeah, and number 2, probably 128 servers as well. It just feels a little awful to bunny hop or jump around. You feel a little heavy when you jump around.
I don't know why I put it to here and I didn't say anything.
I think that animation of killing is a little bit weird. Like, I think it reminds me a little bit like of CS:GO at the beginning. It's not like so smooth as it was in CS:GO at the end of CS:GO. So obviously, like the movement thing, like looks like they fixed like Michael Jackson peak. There is some new peak, like I don't know. I saw it today, like crab peak or something. Like guy was like crouching under the ground. I don't know, like a lot of like this strange bugs, you know. And the smoke, when you extinguish the molly, it's not balanced at all. Like if you think about this, like this is weird, it's strange. It's not. This game is not ready for competition, but we must play it like we do experiment, like the experiment on us.
Yeah, I feel like it's an early access game. But I spoke to another pro who said they played CSGO in the beta and it feels...
Also spraying.
Yeah, spraying with the AK especially I found is unusual.
Spraying to fix, absolutely.
Let me ask you one more question. So if you compare Inferno to Overpass, both maps have been overhauled. But if you look at Overpass, it's quite, like aesthetically, it's quite simple. It's not too busy. Whereas Inferno is a lot busier. There's a lot more little detail. And they've kind of nerfed some of that recently where they've had like things on the wall up to here and now they've brought them down to here. So they're kind of not distracting the eye. But do you think Inferno might be a bit too busy as a competitive game at the moment?
Yes, I think so. Definitely. When the first time I went out library, I remember the first time I tried this map, like actually played serious. I remember when it came out, I was running out around the map, but when I actually tried to play, I was rotating from CT, coming out of library and just looking at pit. Like you can see all the buildings in the background. And I just remember like the T's like blending in back pit, like towards the headshot and towards graveyard. And it's just so overwhelming at first. It's obviously something you need to get used to. And if you use the same color settings, brightness settings, contrast settings, like you use in CSGO, it's way too underwhelming. So I needed to adjust those. But I think, yeah, the word busy is a good word to, especially on some aspects of the map. I do like Banana though, like aesthetically, it's fine. But there are some spots that it just feels like too much. And I hope they kind of fix some of these smaller things. But for the eye, definitely, when you compare to Overpass, like toilets area and whatnot, like it does feel slightly cartoonish, but at the same time, it's like easy to look at, easy to process, easy to like see the opponents or just what's happening. And the colors are also easier.
Yeah, there's good contrast. I feel like Inferno looks a little bit like a single player game with how much like environment has been designed in it. Do you think there's too much in Inferno for the eyes?
100%. I do like to look at the map. I don't think it's as competitive as the other maps, but it's looking good, at least for not playing competitively. But they'll fix it for sure.
What do you think?
Yeah, too many details. Overall, too many details, and it's not designed like precisely for competitive. It looks like you said single player game, and a lot of angles are weird, like how you take mid, how you're entering A side. B-side is actually not so bad, but yeah, or other things is like urban. But there is one place when you go like on T side, saving, there is a very cool like cozy place, like you can chill there. I like.
All right, well, there's your feedback session on CS2 with Na'Vi. So expecting results soon, Valve. Cheers.
All right, g'day, welcome back to IEM Sydney. This is The Lobby, and right now we're getting ready to have a chat with VERTEX, one of the hometown heroes, or one of the, I suppose there's one of 4, right? Okay, so let's talk to Monte. You've been on this stage before, Monte. You were Mr. 3-time last time, right? So you Mr. 4-time this time now.
Yeah, this will be the 4th time. So yeah, three years of experience. Very experienced player here. The other guys, this is their first time, so they're shaking. They're a bit nervous, seeing all the big pros every day. Yeah. Anyway,
do you help them with the nerves?
Not at all. That's they got to learn themselves. I got to focus on myself. That's all that matters.
You're a bit of a toxic guy, I've heard. So what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, dude. Like fuck those guys. I don't care about them at all. Like it's all about me and my performance. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
So we're expecting to see Monte, big game player, step it up, 1.5 rating at the event, or
yeah, but I'm also I'm turning 28 in like a week, so that's probably not going to happen. 1.1. We'll go for 1.1. Yeah.
1.1's good. All right, let's jump over to PZ here then. Listen, mate, you actually had the opportunity to play Counter-Strike 2 on LAN last weekend. Do you think that gives you an advantage coming into this event? Because I would actually make the argument that yourself, Brace, and Monte might actually have been the only players who have ever played Counter-Strike 2 on LAN up to this point.
Yeah, I think it gives, we know what it feels like. Online feels like trash, but yeah, obviously playing last week was against noobs, but yeah, it gave us an idea of how the game feels.
That's kind of toxic. What do you want to say about that, Monte?
I 30 bombed every map and absolutely, can I swear? Yeah. Oh, I shat on Geordie, so he's calling me a noob. That's fucked up. Yeah, no, Geordie, it was very easy versing Geordie, and he's obviously a very good player, so I think versing MOUZ will be even easier. So yeah, we'll have a big game, I reckon. A lot of experience on CS2.
MOUZ with a sub as well. Does that make you feel better?
Obviously makes it easier, but it's first CS2 LAN, so anything's on the table. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Let's talk to you, Kingfisher. Coach of the team.
Yes, indeed.
Have you been putting in the hard yards? Have you got anything, secret? You don't have to tell us today, but is there anything exciting that we're going to see this week?
I think everything this week's going to be exciting, to be honest. I feel like not just us, but every team's had to experiment, especially on Inferno. So we're just going to be seeing a map that hasn't changed very much over the span of the last few years. Suddenly have new lineups, new nade smoke mechanics. It's just going to be sick, yeah. And obviously we've done a fair bit of that as well.
So how have you actually gone about that prep? Because obviously, I think, it depends obviously what your normal outlook on preparing for a game is. And I assume, when you're playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you're looking at other teams' demos and you're potentially taking things from that. But when it comes into Counter-Strike 2, there isn't really anything necessarily to look at. There's been a few sort of online tournaments here and there, but, what has actually been your process, I suppose, for preparing for this event?
Yeah, usually I nerd it up a bit and try to anti-strat teams, but obviously there's nothing this event. So we're just focusing on ourselves. And honestly, it feels really good. I feel like every team's being forced to do the same thing at this event. So it's going to be really interesting seeing how teams perform when they actually don't have some background on how a team plays. Because I know a lot of top teams actually, really use analysts as well. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Let's jump over to Hazza. Hazza loves doing interviews. Listen, you're from Sydney, right? So it's been a quick little trip for you to get here.
Oh yeah, big layover, 40-minute Uber. No, it's pretty good. It's pretty weird not having to fly across the world as one of these events. Because normally we have to. All the Aussies team have to cop the jet lag and just take ages to get there. But now it's a role reversal. So I wonder how they're dealing with it. To be honest, it's pretty rough for them. Sure, it's get some time to get used to. But yeah, no, it's great. It's great being here.
Awesome. All right. Tell me, how's been preparing for this event going? Because I was having a chat with ENCE yesterday, obviously from Grayhound, and he was saying that they've been spending a lot of time scrimming against you guys. Has it been kind of the same case for you? Obviously, I know you would be involved in those scrims, but have you been able to find anyone else to scrim apart from Grayhound? Have you been, sort of jumping around, or has it really just been you and Grayhound preparing with each other?
Oh yeah, we've been trying to verse as many people as we can. We've been playing quite a lot. Up to we've been trying to get 6 scrims a day, 3 early block, and then 3 late. But yeah, there's some teams playing. It's a new game. We just want to play as much as we want, really. So yeah, decent amount of prep. We're just trying to play as much as we can.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's keep on carrying on. I think Brace is done with his makeup. Are you done with your makeup now? Yeah, oh fuck, you're looking sick. You're looking great.
Thank you.
Tell me, I've been hearing a couple of whispers around the place that you've been hitting the books. You've been setting up some good stuff for the games. You've got some smokes and nades and this and that. So tell me, what's all that about? Is there anything exciting going on?
Yeah, I think it's like a cool time to like come up with some new stuff because usually like the old game, it was really hard to like innovate at the same level you can now, obviously with like the new mechanics and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely like way more fun scrimming like Mirage compared to like the map you've played for like 10 years and now there's like a lot of more options. So yeah, it's really fun.
So have you guys like specifically been sitting in servers trying to like work out new lane lineups or anything like tricky like that?
Yeah, it's like part like seeing which strategies are still like fundamentally good in the new game, so porting them across. Because a lot of the maps were like really well worked out in CSGO. But then also just finding new ways to implement like the nade. And there's also smokes give you better coverage and some smokes are way better than others. And like mollies, because they just spread better and there's less like one-way gaps.
So things like, for example, like you can smoke outer or nuke now with 2 smokes instead of 3. Does that like make a big impact?
Yeah, it has a big impact on nuke, but also a really big impact is like nading with smokes as well. So like it's a lot easier to get info with CTs. So it's just finding ways to work around that. But the 2 smoke wall is very cool, but also like you have to implement different walls. Well, in my opinion, I think it's a lot better to implement different walls compared to the way you used to run them in CSGO.
Okay, interesting. So just give me a general TLDR of how VERTEX is feeling, obviously coming into this event. You guys, I think, most people would say are severe underdogs, but the news coming through is that MOUZ have got a sub playing in that first game. It is MR12, it is best of 1, it is Counter-Strike 2. So is tomorrow the day?
Well, I reckon we've won a lot of games internationally if it was MR12 already. So we've gotten close in a lot. And I think just a new game benefits us, you know, any sort of change really benefits us. And we're feeling really confident. Like everyone on our team's just been playing like an unhealthy amount, you know, so hopefully it works out well.
Is PZ top of the leaderboard right now?
I don't know if PZ is top of the leaderboard, but it's definitely up there. Yeah. But I know like me and PZ, we have like 170 hours past 2 weeks and like everyone else is super high. So yeah, everyone's been grinding super hard.
All right, there you go. VERTEX coming in hot. Hopefully they'll do well tomorrow. See how it goes.
Going to be trying to catch a couple of guys from Lynn Vision to talk about what their journey is going to be here in IEM Sydney. So I'm going to catch you first. I know I'm going to disturb the game here, but all right. Like, so how are you feeling? How was your flight?
Flight is smooth. Okay. And it only takes about 9 hours to travel to here. It's quite like compared to others, like last time to Malta, it's pretty fast.
Do you think that's maybe going to be an advantage for you? Because everyone's flying in for like 25 hours, 20 hours, right? Yeah, some of them, yeah. Some of them. So some of them are kind of like a little jet lag right now. Yeah. Do you think that's going to be maybe give you a little edge?
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit. Because like when we try to have a scrim game, I didn't see other teams. So like the team who just arrived at Sydney, I didn't see them practice at all. Maybe they practice in their like private server. So I don't know. But
have you had a chance to practice scrim against any of the Aussie teams, the local teams, maybe?
Today we will.
Are you liking CS2?
Kind of, but it's just some bugs here and there, and every day I'm expecting a new update from Valve to fix some issue or improve something. So every day is a new day.
Every day is a new day. That's great advice in general to live by. Here's one thing, right? So EPL, you guys had some very competitive games, obviously. Coming to this event, obviously, I'm assuming you've kind of like fixed a few issues, maybe obviously gotten better as well. But opening day, it's best of 1. MR12. It's going to be a little crazy. Do you see any upsets happening here? How far do you think you're going to go this event?
I don't know because right now I don't think we are fully prepared, as one of our players was in the hospital for a couple of days. I think it's about 1 week. So we don't have quite a lot of time to practice for Counter-Strike 2. And we'll see. We'll try our best to compete.
Who was it? Is he feeling better now?
Emilia, and he's feel quite bad right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Carry on. All right, let's grab another one. I'm here with Starry. Hello, Starry.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
Good now.
Nice. I heard like your flight was just like 9 hours. You guys are feeling fine right now?
Yeah.
Cool. How are you finding CS2 right now?
Normal.
Do you like CS2 more than CSGO?
No, CSGO better.
Good. All right, I'll leave you be. I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to grab you now. I'm grabbing everyone, dude. All right, I'm going to grab a chair as well. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to sit down. How was your flight?
Not good to be honest.
Okay, but like a lot of players flying in from Europe, like they've flown for like 25 hours, like a lot of jet lag and stuff. You think that's going to be an advantage for you guys? Maybe an upset on day one, best to one, MR12.
他说啥？哎，
是不是就是
杠呢？
你是不是有优势？然后是12场13名吗？
I'm not sure about this. I think just anything possible.
Anything's possible.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Are you happy to be here in Sydney? Is it the first time here in Sydney?
Yes, very very excited.
Did you go out like on the boats and stuff?
Yes, night we go outside eat something. And how to say?
你是去了哪儿？你去了 Chinatown， 你say？ 哦 ，OK。
怎么说哈
？Chinatown。
Is it similar to back home in China?
No, it's different. Because he gave me menu all English.
Oh, okay, not in Chinese. That's sad. Okay, that's disappointing from Chinatown here in Sydney. All right, I'm gonna grab another one of you guys. Who else is there? Who else can I talk to? Who else can I talk to? Last one. Oh yeah, let's talk to you, man. You can sit, dude. It's all right.
Please, next one.
Yeah, I'm getting all of you guys. So, I've got Westmoreland over here. Westmoreland, I'm going to ask a little bit more about EPL, right? So EPL, you guys had a pretty good run. You took down 9. There were a couple of close games as well. What were the biggest issues as a team you had in EPL compared to now? Have you made any fixes, any changes?
I think we know we not better than European team, so we fixed teamwork and play together. We need to play. If we die, we must die together.
If you die, you must die together. I like that. That's the sort of CS I like. CS2, have you had a chance to prac a lot? Because I know one of the players was sick as well. So have you had some time to kind of feel the game out, play the game a little bit?
Actually, we just come back to practice before we fly one day. Emily have very sick. He stay in hospital 7 days. He can't play the game and can't speak any how to say. Yeah, can't just mouth closed.
Okay, but he's better now, right?
Yeah, he better now, and he not fix all. I think. Yeah. He can speak now.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know. And okay, one final thing would be for CS2, what's the biggest challenge or what's the biggest issues you face with the game compared to CS:GO?
I think the game changed. The nade can make more impact. Okay, and more 怎么说那个怎么说 how to say it's more different from CS:GO because the nade can make more space for smoke, I think.
Okay, if you could talk to Valve and ask them to fix one thing in CS2 right now, what is it?
Look
at the camera. Tell Valve. Just talk to Valve right now.
No more Michael Jackson.
All right, no more Michael Jackson. We got that right there. Okay, what else do we want to talk about here? Wait, are you guys playing CSC also? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, CSC as well, right? Yeah. Okay, well, final one would be, yeah, so you have Sydney, you have CSC coming up, Counter-Strike 2. Where do you guys see yourselves in the next, let's say by the end of the year, right? You have so many events you're going to be playing. What are the things you want to fix and improve in the next 2 months, all the events you're playing?
I think we want 适应怎么说？适应 get used to CS2. We need because CS:GO we have more gap from Europe, but CS2 we just play together.
It's a new game, right? So yeah. How is it in China right now? With CS2's launch, we don't get to know much about it. But in China, what's the, all the players, all the fans, are they excited about the game?
Yeah, when CS2 coming, more new new player join CS2 because CS2 is more 新鲜怎么说？ yeah, fresh game for player. So everyone like play 新鲜感。
I'm learning. I'm learning.
Like
everyone feels very excited.
actually for new game and everyone want to learn the CS2 how to play good.
Nice. Good to know. All right. Final question. I'm going to catch you now. Because you asked for it, right? How are you feeling?
Good.
How do you like CS2?
Good.
How are you liking IEM Sydney?
Good.
How are you liking the hotel?
Great.
All right, and that's it from Lynn Vision. Good luck, guys. That was the best. That was the best one. Thanks, man. I'll see you around, all right? Yeah. Cool.
We're about to go where no man has gone before. And by that, I mean one of the scariest places at any tournament, any event, any time. It's where League Ops calls home. Because these guys, they know how to get down. So let's find out. Hello, Benson. Oh, yes, indeed. How are you, friend?
I am so good. How are you?
Feeling thank you?
Yes.
What about Stevbot down there? What's he up to?
Probably nothing.
All right, so let's talk about some of the things we're going to be facing here, right? You got what is a new game. What are some of the trials? What are some of the tribulations?
That lots of things changed that just nobody was told about. So I'd say the biggest trial has been the perpetual unknown.
Yeah.
We're always in the dark. Valve isn't very forthcoming with information, and we sort of have had to figure things out by ourselves.
So tell me what the most fun part about is about being League Ops and then an update drops. How fun is that for you?
Very fun, yeah. We probably have a different outlook on that than players, because they think, oh, a new feature, this is great. And we think, oh my God, a new feature. What is this?
Yeah.
So, yeah, really good.
So what's been the biggest struggle for you guys, though? I mean, does everything come together here so far, barring any updates that happen mid-tournament?
So far, yeah. I mean, everything's looking good from our side, hopefully. But the biggest struggle's probably just been the fact that a bunch of server commands have changed, which has meant that our Steve and Mihao have been working super hard the past couple of weeks to make sure that everything's ready for our online qualifiers and also for this to run smoothly. So it's taken, we've lent on their experience a lot.
Kind of have to, right? You don't have any other thing to do there but that. Hey, let me ask the question that is this. Day one of the tournament, are you forecasting any problems?
Well,
not to put you on the spot or anything, just figured we'd get out and open right in front of this.
Hoping for the best, planning for the worst.
Nice. I live by that, actually. And that way I can never be let down because my expectations are always bad, right?
Yeah. I'm always let down. But
good for you, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So, look, I'll get out of your hair, but there's one last and very important question I need to ask you. You ever heard of a guy named Rushley?
No.
He's an observer, right? So this guy said he couldn't come to Australia. You know why? Because the flight was too long. The travel was too long. So you have any words for the observers out there? Mainly just Rushley? Stop being a knob, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, you should be used to sitting in a chair all day for 12 hours. So I don't see what his excuse is, really.
Yeah. No excuses, Rushley. Shame on you. Anyway, shout out League Ops one time. Did you guys have fun in Malta at least?
Yeah, it was great.
I heard y'all were on boats and hose and all that. Wait, I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, boats and hose.
Yeah, I miss the boats. Yeah. And I always miss the hose. So.
Always. And that's what we're doing around here. And that's the end of that. So thanks, Benson. See you later, bud.